music.
You meant lobby music.
What?
When you said lobby music, like you meant like lobby music.
Are you ready, Sheila?
Yes.
Well, good afternoon. Well, good evening now, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to, well, Rainy Nights with Friends. I was trying to say Friday Night with Friends. We did that last night. I got this on repeat now. So welcome to the channel. This is where I take an interesting moto vlogger, moto personality, bring them on the show and find out a little bit more about them. If you haven't seen the show before, I'm Rainy Ryder. Tonight I have Sheila with me, biker girl. And we're going to talk about motorcycles and how we got into them and the exciting things that we do on them. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Before we get started, so I went to a charity thing today, and there was a kid today with leukemia, and I didn't have stickers with me. So I promised this kid that I'd send him some stickers and some random stuff. So I'm going to get a package together for this kid. So if you guys want to, you're going to have to do this pretty quick because I got to get this package out to him by next Friday. If you guys got some cool stickers or some cool stuff that you want to send to this kid, mail it to me. The address is down below in the YouTube, or you can message me and I'll send you my box. But I want to send this kid a bunch of cool stuff. He lives in Oklahoma, and I just want to get him some cool stuff out. I've got some keychains for him, a bunch of stickers. I've got some other stickers from other people that usually send me packs of stickers, like one of Bleak's stickers is going out to him. I've got some neckerchiefs since he's losing his hair. I'm going to give him some of those cool little buffs from Indy Ridge. I'm going to give him some of those. But if you guys got some cool stuff, some cool keychains, some cool little memorabilia stuff that you'd like this kid to have, send them to him and I'm going to get a package together and send it out to him. Now, with that being said, Sheila, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I had so much fun yesterday with the rainy Friday night.
The rainy Friday thing, yeah. The Friday night with friends.
What a group of fun people. I loved it.
Yeah, I got cool friends.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. Speaking of which, I got Drive to Heat Doug with me. Neil's in here, 1905 Flyer, Dyna Pillion style. I thought I saw G-Mar Rides in here somewhere. So, yep, we got some cool people in here tonight. We're going to be getting them some more, get everybody a chance to get in. If you guys want to ask questions, just throw them down in the chat. I'm monitoring the chat. I guess you're not going to be monitoring. I'll just read the questions to you if they have some good ones.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
don't need chat
okay,
on end.
so I will throw you all the good questions. All
Okay.
right. Yeah, my wife's reminded me that this kid wants to be a YouTuber when he grows up. So really cool. The kid is so cool. I feel really bad about not having my stickers to give to him, but since I didn't have the stickers, that gives me an opportunity to give him more cool stuff. So I think
Yeah,
I think sometimes things work out the way they're supposed to. So I think this is going to be really cool. So
I
all right.
stickers, but I only have like stickers that wouldn't be the most kid friendly, I guess.
I get these stickers from Timu and Wish, like the cool little the Family Guy stickers and little anime stickers and stuff, and little cool things. And so I always throw in like if I send out a gift box, um, I throw a bunch of those stickers in because they're just cool. They're just cool stickers that stick
Yeah.
everywhere on toolboxes and stuff. So I'm gonna throw in a bunch of stuff and it'll be awesome. Shirt size for the kid. I'm gonna say the kid is probably a small. He's I think what was he? He was 10. He's 10 years old. So yeah, I'm gonna throw him some unisize stuff that don't matter what size it is. I wish I had some shirts left. I ran out of shirts. I gotta get more made. But yeah, he's probably a small, which reminds me, Doug's box has to go out, and so does Owen's box. I gotta send two boxes out. Now I gotta send out three. So anyway, with that being said, let's not make this about me. Let's make this about you. So where are you from, and what do you ride?
I am from Germany. I was born and raised there. I moved to San Francisco when I was like 13 years old. And then I moved to SoCal, like I want to say it's been almost 10 years. I ride predominantly an S1000R, which recently got fixed, which I'm riding again. But my husband and I, we have a couple of bikes in our collection. We have about 7 bikes and one that's not really a bike anymore, but the corpse is still there.
Do tell.
So, I told you we have two Buell Firebolts. Well, we actually have three. Um, one of which my husband had an accident with last year, and the frame broke. So we decided to keep it because it's kind of hard to get parts for Buells, for older Buells, not the brand new ones. Well, I guess the brand new ones, there's no part market there yet, but um, because it's so hard to find them, we're like, okay, you know what? We'll take Gloria, which is the name of the bike, and we'll leave her here in the garage. And if either of the other Buell Firebolts will kind of fuck up, then we got parts for days. But yeah, it's sad.
I totally understand. I find it hard to throw parts away. I've got parts in the garage for bikes that I haven't had in 7 years because it's just hard to throw them away. Actually, I've still got Silverwing parts, and I haven't had that Silverwing since like 2003. But it's hard to throw stuff away because I got
Like hoarders biker edition.
yeah. I keep saying I'm gonna go to a swap meet and like I gotta take all this Sportster stuff up there. Well, I got this Honda stuff and I've got this Suzuki stuff and I've got stuff from the Kawasaki I can go trade in. But it's like, well, what if I get another one day and then I need this stuff? It's hard. I need to one day just box it all up, take it up there, sell it as cheap as I can, make a few $100 and just get rid of it.
Yeah. I don't know how to advise you on that. I
Yes.
never want to tell people to get rid of something because the moment you get rid of it is the moment you're like, oh, I needed that.
Yep. I still got spark plugs from the Victory, and I haven't had the Victory in almost 10 years. So, but I
Wow.
still have boxes of Victory spark plugs. I'm like, I should give these to somebody. I did give when my wife got rid. She had a 700 ND Honda, the Honda automatic, and when they came to buy that, the lady was so nice. I had an extra exhaust. I had an extra seat. I had all the chain lube and stuff, and at that time it was the only chain bike I had. So I was like, I gave her a box full of stuff with it. I was like, here's all the stuff that goes with the bike, and she was really happy to have this stuff. But that's the only time I've ever done that. Any other time I'm like, yeah, I'm keeping this stuff. Even the toolkits, I'm like, I'm keeping this toolkit. It's mine. Yeah, you can't have it.
As long as you have the room for it, why not?
I don't. However.com. Well, I say I do. My wife says I don't. That's a disparity. Either way. Anyway, neither here nor there. So let's get on with the questions. So, how long have you been riding?
I've been riding for about 8 years now. Licensed 8 years and actual riding 8 years too. Because I have friends, it's like, oh, how long have you been riding? I've been riding 10 years. When did you get your license? Oh, I haven't gotten it yet. I have a friend who's been riding for 10 years and she has never gotten her motorcycle license.
Yep, and that's why when everybody says, "Oh, bikes are this and bikes are that," people get hurt on bikes all the time. I tell them that's because people don't take the classes or they don't get licensed, and that is probably, and I hate to say it around here, probably I'd say 8 out of 10 around here when people have accidents on bikes, it's because they're not licensed. Because
The only reason was when I fell in love with the bike that I did, I not only have never sat on a motorcycle, I never knew anybody with a motorcycle. I didn't know how to ride it. So, um, basically, the way I got my first bike, my late husband, who passed away, he passed away from cancer. But a couple of years before he passed, we went to Harley Davidson to get him a bike because he wanted to get back into riding because he used to ride and then he stopped after an accident and he's like, hey, you know what, I want to get back into it. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's go to Harley Davidson. So we go to Harley Davidson in Huntington Beach, and I fall in love with this Iron 883. Beautiful, this gorgeous industrial gray, fell in love with it. And I guess he saw that and he's like, you know what? My bike can wait. Today, let's get you this bike. And I'm like, what? No, we can't. Are you crazy? We came here for you. But somehow he just like, you know, he got me. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And that same weekend, I took the course and learned how to ride. So yeah, that was fun. And I actually dropped the bike so many times in the class that I got a certificate for moto acrobat. That's
that's
what they
cool.
called it.
That's awesome. So the class you took, what bike did you ride in the class?
It was a regular 500. The first course that I ever took, it was in Riverside. It was the Harley Davidson Riverside course. And they have just a bunch of crappy 500s
To
that
the
are,
500 Sports.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, it was funny because that moto acrobatics was just hilarious. Everybody started laughing when they pulled out all the different certificates, like most likely to speed, most likely to evade the cops, most likely to leave the kickstand down.
Only in California. I've never seen that. I've taken a lot of classes. I've never seen that before, but that's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's
I,
fun.
I like those 500s. And this is from somebody. The first class I took was in Virginia, and on a 250 Rebel, the old 250 Rebels. It had like 12 horsepower. So to ride a 500, those are pretty cool.
Yeah,
Not bad at all.
yeah, it's
But
fun.
yeah, did you enjoy it? That's the important thing. Did you enjoy it? Did you learn
Yeah.
anything? Did you have a good time? Is it keeping you safer? That's
Yeah, I mean, my late husband also, like, he knew how to ride, but he came with and took the course again just to kind of, so I'll have someone there with me, you know? And that made it even more fun. And you know what? I recommend to anybody watching, if you want to go on a fun date with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever, take the motorcycle safety course if they haven't ridden yet, if they don't know how to ride, because it's so much fun. So much fun. You can shit on each other for falling off the bike or dropping the bike, you know?
Did you hear that, Pillion Style? We're taking the course together. She keeps saying she's going to take the course. Maybe that'll make her take it.
I mean, even if like you would decide, okay, I don't want to ride a motorcycle, I still feel like for one day to learn that and to go do that, it's so much fun.
I agree. And you can always learn something. No matter how long you've been riding, you can learn something from the class.
Yes. Or get a refresher, Sometimes it's like you need a refresher.
Okay, next question for you. Rolling right along. Do you consider yourself a fair weather rider or a rough rider?
I guess I'm like an all-weather rider.
Yeah, we were talking the other day. You ride in everything because you kind of don't have a
Yeah.
choice. You've kind of made
Yeah.
up your mind. I'm riding in this and I'm doing it.
I mean, I do have a choice. I have a Jeep, but
That's
the
the
Jeep is so underused. I literally the Jeep is right now just Christmas decorations because I put like the wreath on the back. And the Jeep is just for looks and for grocery shopping and taking the dogs to the vet. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, I'm just on the bike. My husband is on the bike. Yeah, this is a bike house.
Yep. If we have one car, it belongs to my wife, and if for any reason I need to take it, I have to ask her. So otherwise, I've got two good. Well, I've got two good bikes and a sort of good bike that just isn't road legal. So I have no excuse to not ride. So unless it gets down to where there's ice on the ground, usually I can ride all of about maybe 1 or 2 weeks out of the year. So, and once you make up your mind to do it, you just do it. It's like
Yeah.
once you decide there's no other choice, and even
Well,
though
also, like, if I were to, like, commute with the Jeep, it's so expensive. The gas, it's such a gas guzzler. And with the bike, it's just like that's one of the most beautiful parts about the bike is that it saves you so much money and time.
yep, yep. Even if you're twisting the crap out of the throttle, it's still better than a Jeep for sure.
Yeah.
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 All right, moving through. How did you get into motorcycles?
Oh, I just told you.
You got to tell me again. It's another question.
Oh, okay.
So,
So I
so
got into motorcycles by, well, first my late husband who introduced me to them and bought me my first bike. And then after that, I think, I was kind of talking to riders on Instagram and stuff, but I didn't really have anyone to ride with. I was just riding by myself until my husband passed away. And then, everyone I talked to was kind of just, like, hey, are you okay? And that was all the conversations I would have with anybody, you know? It was just focused on that. And I finally got tired of it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hit up every Instagram writer that's in SoCal. Hey, you want to go for a ride? You want to grab some coffee, and just fun. And very few people got back at me. And my current husband was actually one of the people who got back at me. And he became like a real like riding companion for me. We rode to Arizona, we rode to San Francisco, we rode to San Diego, we rode everywhere. And this was when we were like friends and we became like best friends before anything even happened. And I think that's what really got me into riding, not only because of also the community and because we've like grown so many friendships through riding, but because I learned so much. I learned how to ride in the rain. I learned how to, do all kinds of stuff on the bike and how to be more prepared, how to be a better rider, how to ride in different weathers like cold or rain or whatever, when not to ride. So, yeah, I think the more I knew about it, the more comfortable I got doing it until, I mean, as of like 2 years now, I barely touched the Jeep.
so at what point, kind of on the same thing, but at what point did you decide motorcycles are my thing? This is what I want to do.
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I want to say from the day that we went to the Harley shop. But it was like a infatuation at that point, and then it kind of grew into a love, you know? And I think what made it grow into that love was probably the S1000R that I'm riding now. And that was actually initially my husband's bike, which I kind of stole from him. And yeah, once I got that, the Harley just kind of started collecting dust, which was really sad. But I was like, oh, I guess I've outgrown it. And it was really hard. But the reason I was able to let it go is because that bike still stayed in the family. My niece currently owns that bike and rides it, and she loves it. And she just left it pretty much the way it is, just changed the exhaust because, you know,
And that's the 883.
huh?
That's the 883.
83, yeah. But yeah, once I got on the S1000, all of a sudden I didn't want to stop riding anymore at all.
Oh, I get it. So
Like I would take the
I've
long way home all the time.
yeah, I've rode most of my life, and then I got married, and that wife made me get rid of them. And then
What?
when I got yeah, well, like I said, we're divorced now. That's how that shit works. And so when I got with this wife, she's like, yeah, you should get another motorcycle. And that's when I got the BMW R100.
That's
And
a
it
green flag.
yeah, and at that point, it was like I love motorcycles. I rode, like I said, I rode motorcycles my whole life. I'd gone on long trips. I was when I was in the Navy, I'd ride from Virginia down to Texas and Louisiana, and we'd run around. But when I got that BMW, I think I was at the part of my life where I was looking for something. I was more stable. I wasn't looking for something more stable. I was in a part of my life that I was very happy. And so I got that bike then, and that's when I was really happy. And like you said, I would work a second shift, and it was like 20 minutes from home. I'd go because everybody's asleep already, so I'm like, I'm gonna ride up these country roads and ride around these back roads. Take an hour to get home because everybody's asleep anyway. And that's when I really fell in love with not just motorcycles but riding. Like you said, motorcycles were cool before then. It was an infatuation. It was a passion. But
Well,
actual riding, that was different.
my husband and I always say there's a difference between bikers and riders. Because bikers are those who like take their bike out for 15 minutes and then spend 2 hours in the garage shining it, you know? And then there's riders who'll do like, they get down, they get dirty, they do long distance. And I know I'm like called biker girl, but it should be more like rider girl.
Yeah, and it's I won't beat anybody up because there's people like I've made fun of people before in jest of you should change your own oil. Why can't you change your own oil, man? You should. You'll save money. Mom, you should do your stuff yourself. What do you mean you're afraid to ride in the rain? But it's all in jest because I guess different people get something different out of riding. Some people only like to ride when it's sunny. Some people only like to ride on weekend. That's their escape for the weekend.
Yeah.
And I guess that's like people like golf people. Some people want to play golf on the weekends. Some people got to go every day. And do they both love golf? Sure. Do some people take it more seriously than others? Sure. Um, it just means something differently to different people.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like I just fell in love with riding and being on the road, being out where there's nobody. Sometimes listening to music. Sometimes I'll take off and ride and realize when I'm about to get somewhere that I haven't had my music on because I'm just in love with riding.
Because I like to dance while I'm riding.
And I love music too. I'll set my music before I leave, and I'll get it going. Make sure it's on the phone as soon as I hit my cardo. It comes on. But there's sometimes I forget to turn it on. I just get out on the bike and I'm listening to the bike. I'm smelling things. I'm looking at things, and it's like,
Oh
oh,
my God. I love that. Okay, one time I was on Seal Beach and I was taking the PCH going to a coastline. And there was a moment, and it hasn't happened since, but it was insane. So you know how usually you ride by the sea and you smell the salt water? I actually tasted the salt. And I was like, "What? This is crazy. Did that just what?" I was in shock as I was riding. But it's like it just made that light bulb go off like, wow, you know what? We really do smell everything. We really do feel everything, even taste. And yeah, that's
what makes you appreciate motorcycles is skunks. Because in a car, the skunk gets in the car, the skunk's in the car for about 5 minutes. On a motorcycle, you can see the skunk and hold your breath, and by the time you get past it, you don't smell the skunk anymore. You smell it for just a little bit of time. Um, but yeah, and I felt the same way with honeysuckles, flowers, the trees, and like you said, the salt. When I was in Virginia, when you did the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, this tunnel is like maybe 7 miles long. You're above you're on the bridge for a while, then you go through the tunnel, and then you come out of the tunnel. You can actually taste the salt when the wind's blowing right. It's salty.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That was like one of the moments that like I was dumbfounded on the bike because I did not expect that. I was like, what?
I still get amazed at stuff on the motorcycle sometimes that I get to do this. This is my life. This is my life. I get to do this. This is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving through the questions. You guys got any questions in the chat? Throw them down there, right at Rainy Rider, and I will. It'll glow in yellow for me or orange, and that way I'll be able to see it. Dry Heat Doug says, Best wife choices is, quote, you really need to get that bike. Um, yeah. My wife bought me a bike when I was deployed one time, and we had to go up to Wisconsin to pick it up. Best
Oh.
road trip ever. It was awesome. Good times. She takes good care of me.
Yeah, you found a keeper.
I did find a keeper. Yep, she has bought me 3 motorcycles now, or
What?
been the well, she's been the driving force behind 3 of them. There's bikes I've wanted and we went and got. There's 3 bikes. It's 2 of them were BMWs and one was the Gunner. When we went and looked at it, and I was like, this looks nice. And she goes, you need to get this bike. You should get this
I
bike.
love that. I love that for you. Because, like, same, with my husband, too. It's like, I wish one of us would pump the brakes sometimes. But if I see something on Facebook Marketplace and I'm like, oh my God, look at this. And he's, oh, yeah, okay, let's figure it out, how to get it. And it's like, neither of us is pumping the brakes,
Yeah, I
And
mean, we play smart. We play smart within our budget and stuff. But when we really want something, I mean, she's gotten stuff before that she's really wanted, and I hardly ever say no. But she hardly ever says no because I think we both know in our own minds we're kind of economical, and if we really want something, it's because we've already kind of thought it through. So it's not like we make stupid rash decisions. But
I do. And I count on my husband to kind of, pump the brakes for me. And so he does, but sometimes he doesn't.
if you can afford it, I mean, what are you gonna do? Bring it with you? I mean, who's gonna spend my money? My kids? Pff, whatever.
Oh, well, I don't have kids, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, they don't get to spend my money. That's all mine. Yeah, no pumping the brakes. So Dry Heat Doug is asking any interest in doing your own maintenance or repairs.
So my husband does most of my maintenance and repairs, so I technically don't need to, but I am planning on doing my own oil change in the future.
I am
Just
actually
bonding with the bike.
make a video. This could be the start of your YouTube channel. Make it. Now, I'm telling you. I mean, so one of my better ones I've done in a while.
Oh,
So
traveling the world.
well, Gma Rides came and visited with me about a month ago, and she's been wrenching on her own bikes for I guess what 45 years, 50 years.
She is
And
so badass.
she is. Well, I bought oil for her, and when she got here, I had the oil here, and she changed her own oil in the garage, and I made a little video of it. And it's one of the better videos of one of the more popular ones, because I don't know, man. Maybe it's a fetish. People like to watch chicks change oil and get greasy and wrench stuff. I don't know. It's a thing.
Well, I'm German, so I'll be very efficient about it. There will be no extra grease anywhere.
But I got her some rubber gloves. We were fastidious about it. We were clean. Doug's asking, have you gotten to the point where taking a vacation without a motorcycle is a doubtful option?
So I have taken vacations without riding, but I'll usually check like Rider Share or Eagle Rider or something to see what's available. Except with Eagle Rider, it's mainly just Harleys and stuff that's available, but I'll take it, whatever I can get.
Doug says the only reason the Gma video was popular was because Gma was laying on her back.
She was what?
She was laying on her back.
Uh,
No, she's funny. She has good attenuation too. She's a good talker. Yeah, I've even when I go to work, if I earlier this week I was sick, so I drove the car one day, and people were like, "I didn't think you were at work today. I didn't see your motorcycle." I said, "Oh yeah, I just drove the car." Why? Well, one, because it's like 34
What?
degrees outside. Two, I was sick yesterday, and I'm kind of sick today, so I want to drive the car. Why? They can't even believe it. So yeah, you're right. I should have drove the bike. Jeez. All right, next question. On days you don't feel like riding, who inspires you to ride? Or what inspires you to ride?
On days I don't feel like riding?
Yeah,
I mean,
not counting going to work. It's like
okay.
weekends when it's like, what makes you go, I think I'm going to take a ride today.
The only time I ever turned down a ride, and this is the only time ever, was last year. We had a ride to Arizona planned, and it doesn't matter whether it's a short ride or a long ride. I have never turned it down, ever. The only time, we had a trip planned to Arizona on November 9th, and I went to the doctor like November 4th or something. It turned out I had planned surgery for November 8th. And I told my doctor, oh no, I can't make that. I got a ride that weekend. I'm going to Arizona. Can we, can you do your thing and we just like reschedule it? And she was like, I don't know if you want to do that, and I'm like, it's fine. I waited this long. I had like a giant tumor in my uterus. I was like, I waited this long. I can wait a little bit longer. And then I came home. I told my husband about it. And he's like, surgery on the 8th. I'm like, don't worry, don't worry. I already told them we got a ride. We're going to Arizona. He's like, what? Why are you putting your health before a ride? I mean, why are you putting a ride before your health? No, I'm not going to Arizona. You better get that surgery. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, I'll make the phone call. So I made the phone call, reestablished the date on the 8th, got my surgery, and it kind of worked out because the ride ended up not happening anyway. They didn't have enough riders or something. But I would have gone either way. I don't care if it's just me and one other person. But that was the only time ever. I am usually very motivated to ride. And even if I'm not, by the time I'm dressed, I'll be motivated to ride.
Jima says when she came down here to see me, she scheduled her doctor's appointment around the ride.
Yeah, that's usually what I would do too. But now that I'm married, he's prioritizing my health.
As he should be. As he should be.
Yeah.
All right. Next question would be: so you go to meetups? Do you go to bike nights? Do you go to charity rides? What's the
so,
favorite one you've done?
so charity rides, I have a friend. I call him Big Daddy, but his real name is Javier Rivera, and he does a ride every year for Labor Day. So it's like a annual Labor Day ride. There's not too many people, but it is a charity thing, which I think is very cool. And I always go support that every year. We have like t-shirts printed and everything, and it's just fun. That's my favorite ride because that's like all friends and stuff, and it's for a good cause. You know, we get sponsors to get us like Subway and stuff for everybody. I don't really like going to bike meets. I just feel like it's a bunch of bikers just peacocking. I was excited about them when I first started riding. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna meet bikers, but it's like, yeah, you meet bikers. You don't meet riders at bike meets. Not
Yeah.
really.
I don't go to bike nights. I go to charity events and I go to rides.
Yeah.
And I'll go to like charity campouts and stuff. I used to go to a big
Oh,
one down in
cool.
Florida.
Oh, I camp out. I did with the Litas. It was like a babes ride out, and they were in Santa Barbara. So I rode to Santa Barbara and did like an overnight. Slept in a tent. And I had to come back early the next day, but that event was going on for 3 days, I think. Yeah, and a bunch of the girls went like to Solvang, got massages and stuff, and I was like, oh, I have to start heading back.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing I see these bro events, and that's the only time I've ever had uterus envy. I'm like, they look like they're having so much fun.
There were so many. On that ride, there was 1,000 female riders. They came from everywhere. It was amazing to see so many female riders. And I go crazy when I see biker girls. I'm like, oh my God, it's a biker girl.
Well, Gma says let her know when the next event is, and for the Labor Day ride, and she'll come down. She will look
Okay.
for any reason to ride somewhere. So
I think they will love her. I want to ride with her.
everybody loves her. I'm telling you, you might be able to keep up with her. I mean, she's a stunt.
Oh, up with
She's
her.
a full time stunt. We went down
Gina,
to
I will leave you in the dust.
Barber, and we stopped at a gas station. And right before we got into Birmingham, she goes, "Well, I'll tell you now, if this traffic stops, I'm taking the shoulder." And I'm like, "Okay." She goes, "I'm not stopping." I'm like, "Okay, I'll see you when we get there." So God, I hope traffic doesn't stop. Because again, she's a cute old lady on a Harley. She doesn't have to worry about cops. Because if they do stop her, they're like, no, I couldn't have seen that. No, that must not have been what I thought it was. If they stop me, I'm getting a ticket. She always talks her way out of tickets. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane
I
how
love,
she can talk her way
I
out.
love,
Yeah,
you
she.
know, oh, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. No, I forgot. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No.
Gima says it's not a competition. Yeah, it is.
Well, I would win,
As
Gma.
long as I don't mind riding with people that are slower than me, as long as they still do the speed limit and try to keep up. Um,
Oh, yes, I remembered what I was going to tell you. Okay, so this was one of the first times that I rode with the group that I usually ride with. And we went somewhere. I don't remember, but it was by the 101. And we took PCH, and I swear, the whole ride, the max speed we had was 40 miles an hour. We were not lane splitting or anything. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? But I was a good girl, stayed with the group, you know? And meanwhile, I'm like doing dumb shit. Like I went close to the cars. There was a tour bus, a Hollywood tour bus. I went close to some teenager and I'm like, hey, fist bump, you know? And over here, like, hey, I'll pet this dog, you know? Waving at the people, you know? Like just random, because I was bored, because we're going that slow, you know? And then we went to get something to eat, and then everybody was going to go their own direction. And they're like, oh, we should ride back together. And I'm like, if you can keep up with me, we'll ride back together. Because I didn't get my zoomies out at all, you know? And then the 101 was not that far away, but I just like zoomed on it. And next thing you know, like my phone is blowing up by the time I got home. Where did Sheila go? Didn't she say we were going to go together? What the hell? Where'd she go? Did she get on the 101? I don't know. I didn't see her. And I'm just like, what is going on? And then I was talking to my friend Josh, and he's like, I didn't know Harleys could go so fast. Because I like disappeared.
when we go to Florida, um, when you're on the 75, if you're on the 75 between probably 8 in the morning and like 6 or 7 at night, you're going to be doing about 20, 30 miles an hour. So we took a ride out to Berks Harley Davidson from the campground, and the whole way there, dude, we're doing like 30, 40 miles an hour. Um, that night, we went to pick up my wife from the airport, and she didn't come in till like 9 o'clock at night. And so coming back from there, we're doing 60, 70 the whole way. The next time we went, I picked up Red Rider from the airport at 2 o'clock in the morning, and coming back on 75, we were doing 100 the whole way. It's almost like night and day. If you well, it is night and day. If you ride at night, there's nobody on the highway. If you ride in the daytime, the entire
Yeah.
state's on the highway. So it's a kind of insane.
Yeah, it's very rare though that I go like anywhere on highways or freeways 40 miles an hour. Even on the regular streets, I don't go 40 miles an hour. I go 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'll
So,
take back roads even if it's longer, just to get off the highway and go around like known intersections. I
uh,
hate known intersections.
I love the I love it, love it. I know most people don't like it, but I know everybody likes like the canyons and stuff, and I do too. But whenever I'm going anywhere, I just love I love petting the trucks. I love, doing, you can do dumb shit on the freeway and it's fine because it's safe, you know? But like you can't do dumb shit in the canyon because,
Sure, you can.
well, you can, but I don't want to fuck around because I don't want to find out. I'm very
Very
responsible when
well.
like riding in the canyons versus while I'm riding like on the freeway. Because on the freeway, I'll hit 140. It's fine, you know? But in the canyons, I'm like, okay, you know what? 45 is good.
So I'm at that age where so everybody talks about riding like Tail of the Dragon and Spine of the Dragon and the Pig Trail because they want to go fast and they want to lean the bikes. There's lots of corners. Well, I'm that guy. If I'm on a road that's scenic, I'm going to go 45 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour because I like to see stuff.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you want to go fast, be on the freeway.
Or track.
Or
Track is,
yeah,
at least the track is like a controlled area where you can lean as opposed to like, mountain roads where a truck could be coming through a corner that you don't see. There's so many blind spots. Or animals, deer, bears, all kinds of stuff. Rocks. I mean, the track is such a more like better controlled area, and you don't get to see the scenic stuff anyway when you're riding that fast. So
yeah. And there's no chance of getting tickets on track.
yeah,
Journey of Jerry, welcome in. So Doug and Gma now are talking about riding Pacific Coast Highway. Looks like there's going to be a date. You should get involved.
Oh, is there gonna be like a ride?
Doug, I think Doug just wants to go ride the Pacific Coast Highway on that gray ghost.
Which
So,
part of Oh, because the southern part of it, I'm not really a big fan of. The part like Malibu, right, where there's no street lights.
well, Gma has done the PCH. Doug, I don't think has. So I guess Gma is going to tell Doug what part that they want to ride on. So Chasing Ghost, she is in SoCal. Chasing Ghost will also welcome in. So now they want to know where you are because now they're all jealous of where you're riding. So yeah, you can't do, especially around. I mean, like when I'm riding to work, I'm riding to work at either 5:30 in the morning or I'm riding home at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's not a good time to speed on those roads. Like I said, if you want to get out on some roads and go fast, you got to go out on the weekend or 2 o'clock in the morning.
During the summertime, it's so nice to ride at like 2 a.m. on the freeway, but like during the wintertime, you need like full heated vest. And I always recommend to everybody, my husband and I, anytime a new bike enters this house, heated grips right away. That's the first thing we change on the bike. Heated grips, heated grips, heated grips. And heated vest, but other than that, it's like without the heated grips, it's so bad. Like I didn't realize, and now I'm spoiled, but I didn't realize how much of a necessity that really is.
I didn't know about heated grips. So I had heated grips on the Sportster and I had heated grips on the BMW. Heated seats on the BMW also. And I didn't know how important heated seat was. Now I don't have either one. I'm going to get heated grips on the Harley. I've only had it now almost 2 months, so I'm going to get it on the Street Glide. But I have heated gloves now. But it's and they definitely make up for everything. This is my first set of heated gloves. I've always had gauntlet gloves before, long gloves, very good gloves, but they weren't heated. And the change again is just so dramatic, and it's something I think every winter now I'm gonna have heated gloves because they're so awesome.
I don't really wear thick gloves. My gloves are more like the thin dirt bike gloves. I do have a pair somewhere. My husband bought me like a street version of the donut bike gloves that they're by Saints of Speed, which I'm getting used to. I'm trying to get used to it. But I told you yesterday, I mean, I started out with no gloves and my husband was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You need to get something." And then he got me those donut gloves, which had cute little donuts on one side, sprinkles on the other side. I was like, all right, I can wear this. Yeah. But
Around here, you have to between. So somebody just wrote. Somebody's moving here from Arizona and asked if there was a helmet law here. And
yes.
everybody was like, "Look, you want a helmet here. Between the bugs, the suicidal birds, and the gravel flying through the air, you want a helmet here."
Yeah, but
Because, huh?
there's also a law. There's a helmet law.
Yeah. Well, Arkansas doesn't have one. So right
Oh,
here, we're in the tri-state area. So yeah.
Arkansas.
Well, Arkansas does, Tennessee does, and Mississippi does. But so in this
Yeah,
tri-state
Arizona
area,
does, which I think is so weird because it's like lane splitting is not okay, and there's no helmet law. It's almost like they're trying to fuck over bikers.
so it's
That's
here's the thing about Mississippi and Tennessee too. Lane splitting not illegal, but it's also not legal. So you can lane split and you can what's that other fancy term when you're besides lane splitting?
lane filter.
Filtering. It's not illegal, but if you cause an accident doing it, it's your fault.
That's what I was gonna say. Anywhere else other than California, even if it's not restricted or illegal, it's like if there is an accident, it's gonna be like, well, you had no business doing that. You don't have any legal rights technically to do that.
Yeah.
So you're fault.
And I will still definitely when I have to go into Memphis, I'll definitely ride up the shoulder at red lights and stuff just to get out of the mainstream because there's way too many accidents here. I'll either go way to the center and get almost on the center dotted line, or I'll go far to the right and go around everybody. And I won't ride up like 10 cars. It'll be 2 or 3 cars, but I get way over to the side because there's way too many people. One, there's way too many people smoking pot here. It's everywhere. and they fall asleep riding. I mean, and I've seen it, but just stay out of everybody's way. And if I get a ticket for it, whatever, but at least I don't get hit by a car.
Yeah.
All right. So now we get into the personal questions.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's gonna make you look bad.
It's gonna make me look bad.
What's this?
Or you look bad for asking something.
Maybe make
that
me
would
look bad. I don't
look
know.
bad.
Okay. What's the stupidest thing you've ever done on a motorcycle?
Oh, there's so many things. Oh my God. Okay, you gotta narrow it down for me.
What's the first thing you think about when I say that?
Okay, the stupidest
It can
thing.
be multiple things. We got all night. You just keep
Okay,
going.
I'll give you the dumbest thing. This is a really funny story. So one time, this was when I was like still riding the Harley, and I went to a bar with friends, and I went in there thinking, you know what, I'm not gonna drink. It'll be fine, and I'll just ride my bike home. And then like 4 tequila shots later, or 5 tequila shots later, I'm all like stumbling out of there, and I'm like, you know what? This is okay. While I'm riding, I'll just keep my visor up, and that will sober me up on the way home. Well, not only was I not able to make it home, I was not even able to make it out of that little slot where the bike is parked. Because as soon as I turned it on, I dropped the bike.
It gets so heavy, huh?
It turned off, and it was in first gear, so now it's off. So now my friends are like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm like, I'm fine. Just help me pick it up, and then I'll get out of here, and then I can get that wind and I can sober up, right? So they put it up, turn it on. It's in first gear. It went straight into the bush. It just took off. And then I was like, okay, so now these friends of mine, they have to fish that bike out again and then put the bike back in its spot. And it's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a ride home. How about that? I'm like, okay, we can do that. So that was the dumbest thing ever. I was technically not on the bike, but yeah.
I've had that happen to me before in Virginia, where I've got on the bike and I'm like, okay, I can drive the bike. I haven't had that many beers. I've had maybe 3 or 4 over a couple hours, and then when you go to stand the bike up, and I had a Magna back then, an 800 Magna, and I stood the bike up and I was like, God, this bike feels heavy. Maybe I won't do this. And I ended up taking a taxi back to the ship. But I get it. I get it. You you totally talk yourself into it, and then it's like, maybe not.
Well, my thing is, I kept making excuses. Like, oh, you know what? I'll just wash my face before I go. I'll keep the visor up. That way, like the wind is going to magically sober me up right away, And it's not like I just had like a beer or two. I had like 4 tequila shots.
Yeah. We used to say the man takes a drink, the drink takes a drink, and the drink makes an excuse.
There you go.
So, Lee, I live in South Haven, and Tupelo is one of my favorite places to ride to on a weekend because it's the perfect distance to ride down there and get about a 3 or 4 hour ride in. So, Lee hit me up. I do go there a lot. On weekends, I might find myself down there going down to the meadery. There's a meadery about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me, and it's the only mead brewery in Mississippi.
Oh.
And it's very bouge. It's very bouge. They have charcuterie boards. They have tasting boards. They have little tasting trays and stuff.
Wow.
And they have all these cool flavors of mead. So me and the wife like to go down, do a little tasting, have some charcuterie, have the little dessert boards, and then pick up a couple bottles of wine and drive back.
So you guys are fancy on the inside.
Do what?
For me, I'm not so fancy on the inside.
I'm starting to lose you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
It's.
Can you hear me?
I can see you and barely hear you.
Can you hear me? Let me see.
It's slowing down. Just take 1 second. We'll give it a little time to come back in. I'm starting to lose your signal.
Okay, I can hear you just fine, and I see you just fine.
Okay. We'll give it just a second. Okay. All right. It's a little better now. Okay. Say something. Let's see if your audio came back yet. Technical difficulties.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Try to lean back just a little bit and try not to move. Let's see if it zooms back in. So, sometimes if you start moving around too much, it'll take too much bandwidth. Ah, you're frozen.
I'm not frozen. I'm just not moving.
Well, you're not frozen. The picture's not moving. Damn it. Okay, you're starting to come back. We're gonna sign off, and sign back in, and see if we can get you back
Oh,
in on a better band. Okay, guys, hang in there. She's just gonna zip off real quick and come right back. Let's see if we can get a better connection. Hey, everybody. While we've got this time, let me talk to you about Indy Ridge. Okay, just kidding. Let's see what's going on in the chats here. Fib282, welcome in. Yep, the solar storm attacks. It's all these solar flares. I'm telling you. Let's see here. Let's see, and let's see if we can bring her back in.
better now?
A little bit.
That's weird.
It's still a little rough.
Move or anything, so.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just grabbing that charger.
Okay, it's still a little rough. Yeah, that how low's your battery? That might be it. It might go. It
It's
might have
at
gone.
37%. It's not that low, but it can definitely be better.
Yeah, it might have gone into power saving mode or something. Let's get you some power. Sorry, guys. Doug says it might be your microwave.
Huh?
Doug says it might be your microwave. I think we've lost Doug like this before when they were cooking pizzas. While you're waiting, hit the like button. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell. Do the ding dong. All right, so we can kind of hear you now. Let's get back on track here. I don't know why all of a sudden we lost you. That was crazy.
I don't know either. And I could hear you and see you just fine. It was just, I guess, on my end, you couldn't see me or hear me, but yeah, yours was going completely normal. So
Yeah, yours still kind of sounds like rubber bands, but yeah, let's go on here. Let's see if it'll come back in. All right. So, what's been your scariest moment on the bike?
I think the scariest moment was when I just started lane splitting, and I had a really close call. And now, to me, that wouldn't be scary. Close calls are like a normal thing now. But at that time, it was going pretty fast, and I had never had that happen before. So I literally had to pull over and smoke like 4 cigarettes before I could get back on the bike. I had like a full-on anxiety attack. But I mean, I've been in crashes before and everything, but I think the one thing that I can remember that was like I was actually really scared was that one time when I was just learning how to lane split, and I finally gotten the hang of it, and I was going like 75 lane splitting, and then almost died. But like I said, now it's like I have these close calls all the time, and I just laugh about them. But when it's new, it's still a little bit scary.
Doug says you sound like R2D2 still. I don't know what's going on. It was going so good.
I'm at 40% now, if it helps.
I don't know why it's still crazy. Damn it. Well, we can kind of hear you. Let's keep going.
Sorry.
That's fine. Try not to move around too much. Maybe sometimes when you move around too much, it keeps trying to refocus. It steals bandwidth trying to focus.
Okay.
Let's just keep going. It'll come back, hopefully. I had one girl on here that I interviewed, and it was an hour and a half into it. She kept getting bad audio, bad signal. And right before we signed off, she wanted to go show us her motorcycle she's building. When she goes out in the garage, perfect video, perfect audio. And it's like,
You're kidding.
you should just did it in the garage. So, oh well. Okay, so...
Should I go to the garage?
No. It probably won't help. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just keep going with questions, and I guess we'll find in. What has been your favorite part of riding?
Ooh, there's so many things. I think I think my favorite thing is just riding with friends. I think there's such a beauty to like group riding, although I really enjoy solo rides too. But I think it's like riding is so perfect whether you're introverted or extroverted. You know, you're doing extroverted activities, but you still have your own little bubble while you're riding, you know? And I think also the friends that I gained through riding have become like my family. So I think that's my absolute favorite part. And then of course the Zoomies, that's another like that's way up there. Just like going fast and feeling like God on the freeway, you know.
The audio's getting bad again. And the video's getting bad. Dang
Let
it.
me go outside. Let me go outside and let's see if that helps. Even though it's gonna be dark outside.
You got somebody's playing PlayStation or something, stealing all your bandwidth?
Can you turn on the light there? That's not PlayStation, but is this better? Can you hear me and see me better?
No, now the picture's frozen. I can see your Christmas lights in the background.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. Okay, now the picture's frozen. Let me try a different room.
Hang in with us, guys. This is a great interview. Just hang in a little longer.
Okay, how about this room? How about this room? Better?
No.
Damn.
Gma says just show us the motorcycles. That's all she wants to see.
She wants to see the bikes?
Or Doug says just show us the bikes. That's all we care about.
I can show you the bikes. We can start with outside. Although I don't know if it's dark outside or... Yeah, it's a little dark out here. But... So we have bikes inside and outside. Can you see anything?
No, the audio is great now, though. I can hear you.
Oh, there you go.
The audio is great. I just lost the picture.
Okay, so this is my S1000R, which you can't see.
That's
This one
dark.
is the MT09, which you also cannot see.
You know what's funny? I can hear you perfectly, and the video is fine now. It's just dark.
Okay, so maybe it's just because outside. So maybe I'll just stay outside, and it'll be better. So I do have to come through here to see the rest of the bikes. So we're also like doing construction here, so it's a little bit messy.
And now
like,
it's messed up
everywhere.
again. I think your Wi-Fi. You don't have your phone on Wi-Fi, do you?
No, it's a...
That must be what it is. You got a good signal outside and inside. Something's stealing your
Oh.
bandwidth.
Here's the fat boy I was telling you about. That's not mine, that's my friend's. And then that's the FZ07. That's my backup bike. And then this is a GSX-S 1000, and that's our friend's bike. Yeah, but
That's
this
nice.
one is fun. Yeah, this one's nice. It's a sport touring. Yeah, it's
I
basically
have
like
never
a
seen
naked
anything like
bike.
that.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
did so much stuff to it too. Like he changed the exhaust and he lowered the frame, like put the risers up there. He did so much stuff to this bike already.
The front end of that looks almost like my BMW. Well, the BMW I did have. Ugh.
Better look. Yeah. Yeah, and this has been my bike for the past like couple of months since I crashed the F1000. And this one is wild. You have to plan your stops like 2 miles in advance because otherwise you go fishtailing everywhere, which is also fun.
Your video and audio is fine now. It's perfect.
Maybe it's a garage thing. Maybe I should just hang out here.
Hang out in the garage. That's what I do.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a plug here somewhere. Oh, there is a plug. You know what? Let me grab my plug and I can just charge in the garage.
All right, guys, hang in there. We're working on this. We're going to have a perfect interview here. Yes, it is a lime green seat. Your eyes did not deceive you.
That is so funny that actually worked. You were like, go in the garage, and I did, and it worked.
That is insane. Hey, if it works, it ain't stupid. That's all I'll say. Hang in there, guys.
We figured it out before the end of the interview.
Yeah, Doug says the metal garage door is giving you better reception.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, and the other Buells, they are currently in Temecula because they are. I mean, the dead one is under that pile of stuff right there. Hold on. So, wait. So this is Gloria.
Poor baby.
She's looking very sad right now.
Yes,
But
she
yeah, that's
does.
a
That bike needs a hug.
yeah. Well, it's a corpse. She was really temperamental anyway, but that was like my husband's favorite bike ever. Even when the BMW that I ride, he was saying like, it's a nice bike, but that bike doesn't give me a boner. That bike gives me a boner, and I'm like, okay, I get it.
Whatever makes you excited. When I got that Kawasaki in, I was like, we could, it wouldn't even move straight. The bars were bent. There was no tank, no fuel pump. The seat was cracked in half, folded over. It was missing so much crap on it, and we're pushing it into the garage, and it's barely moving. And I'm like, what am I doing, man? This thing is never gonna run. What am I thinking? No brakes, and I'm like, oh my god, I'll never get this thing running. And 3 months later, everything's running fine on it. I mean, it needs tires. I got to put the skins back on it, but it's like I had this moment in time that I was like, I'll never get this bike running. What am I doing? I'm going to waste money on this bike, and I'll eventually have to just part it out and sell everything because I had to buy a bunch of crap off of eBay and Amazon and the Kawasaki site because it was just missing so much stuff. But now it's running, and I'm at the point now, do I want to part it back out and sell it because I'm done making videos, or do I want to make a couple more videos and actually get it running and try to sell it? So I was like, I think I'll actually get more money out of it if I part it out and sell it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yes, no bike is a total loss. You can always get a bike running. That's my point. That's my point.
The thing is, once the frame breaks, then things get hard because the bike is the frame, you know? I mean, I had a friend in Australia, and he had he was telling me all the bikes he has, and one of it was a V-Rod. And I'm like, oh, wait, you said you had another V-Rod. Show it to me. He shows it to me. There's nothing on it. It's just the frame. And I'm like, that's not a bike. And he's like, the frame is the bike. And then I'm like, oh, I get it. Because, like, everything else can be replaced, but the frame cannot be replaced.
Yeah. And on the Buell, was it the left side is the oil tank? And then the fuel is the fuel in the right side swing arm, or does it actually have a tank?
No, it's the fuel goes in through the tank, but the tank is just not on top. Yeah. That's the filter. Yeah, it's on the sides.
Yeah.
The tank is on both sides.
Yeah.
So wait.
One side's oil and one side's fuel.
Yeah, so this and this going down, that's the tank.
Yeah.
You know, and then up here is just like an air filter.
Yeah.
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 It's pretty cool.
That was radical at the time when it first came out. So I almost bought a City Cross.
I think it still is. It still is. I mean, so many people, like I said, there's not that much awareness about Buells. And yeah, when my husband opened the other Buell up, and my friend Josh was here and he saw it, he's like, this is not right. Something's not right here. And it's like, no, that's how it's supposed to be.
When we were at Barber, they had an EBR, one of the Eric Buell racing bikes that he had made for, I think, Rotax, had him build it. And it had cooling fans on the engine, like part of the body work was cooling fans. And on the front of the bike, the front rotor had like air rams into it to blow air onto the front brake rotor.
Oh my god!
So far beyond its time. And I made a couple of videos from down there, but all of the Buell bikes were so far ahead of their time because it was made by a guy that raced the bikes and knew exactly what could happen to a bike when you're running it, at 140 miles an hour on a track, and
it's also efficiency
too. It. Yeah.
Like with the fuel tank, it's like the fuel is straight going where it's supposed to be going. It's like it's very efficient, and it makes you wonder, like, why aren't all bikes built like this?
So I heard somebody say one time in an industry. They say that the 6 most deadly words in industry are "we've always done it that way," and it's the hardest habit to break. And that's the biggest bane of innovation is like we've been doing it this way for so long that nobody wants to change. Everybody's afraid to change. And you don't know what those words mean until you've worked in a company that is using equipment that's 50 years old because they don't want to change. They're afraid of the cost. They're afraid of retraining. They're afraid of, having to retrain techs. They don't want to retrain mechanics, and so they just keep doing things the same way just to keep it easy.
Yeah.
And then you have the automotive industry that changes every 2 or 3 years. That if you don't send your techs to a school, can't work on them. It's insane. Anyway, I doth protest too much. Let's get on with the interview. Yeah. Okay. So we've talked about your favorite part of riding. What's the most frustrating part of riding?
Crashing.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah. Easy answer.
Too easy, right? All right. So do you have any we talked about vacations and stuff. Do you have any trips planned for this year? I mean, there's a little bit of riding season left. Or what do you want to do for the next riding season? What do you want to do?
For the next riding season?
It could be the rest of this riding. I mean, you're in California. So, you really don't have a stop to your riding season. But
so I don't have anything specifically planned, but my husband and I think this is going to happen once I finish my master's degree, and we want to do a cross country. We're going to take like the southern states all the way to the East Coast, go up north. If possible, I'd want to stop by Toronto and get a tattoo because there's a tattoo artist there who I really like. And then head back either the northern states or even through Canada. Head back through Canada, and then come down through the West Coast. And I think that's like, my husband has done that. My husband has done cross country, but I have not. And it's something that I've been wanting to do for like a really long time now. But it's so hard to get that time in. And then you have to also like plan ahead financially because it's like, okay, how long am I going to be gone? Mortgage needs to be paid. All this stuff still needs to be paid. Plus travel expenses too. So it's probably going to be in about like 2 years maybe once I have my master's. And then that would be awesome.
You can travel efficiently. So if you're not afraid of staying in a tent or staying in a campground or somewhere, you can travel pretty efficiently. It is the time. So I had this crazy idea. So I've taken a lot of like week-long trips and stuff and taken off and been on the bike for a week and gone, stayed in hotels sometimes, tents sometimes. About a year ago, I was going to have a whole week off. Well, one of my good friends lives out in Los Angeles. He owns Indy Ridge. And I was like, I'm going to ride out and see him. And so I start planning my trip, and that's when I really realized how big America is. It was like, I thought I could make it over there in like a day, maybe two. And it's like, no. Yes, I'm doing the trip planner, and the first day of riding was 10 hours. It plans it for me, which in motorcycle terms means actually about 12 to 14 hours. Second day was 10 hours, which also, again, 10 to 12 to 14 hours. And then the third day would be 8 hours. And I'm like, there is no way it takes 28 actual driving, non-stopping hours to get to Los Angeles. And I'm looking at it, and it's like, well, I guess it is. It's Route 66 the whole way. I mean, literally, I drive 20 minutes north of here, jump on 40, and I'm on Route 66 all the way into Los Angeles.
That's nice.
But it's almost 30 hours of riding. Not stopping, that's not pee and poop breaks and food breaks and sleep breaks. You're just driving your ass off. So I'm like, and I still had time to do it, even planning the trip, with breaks, but I would have 3 days to drive to him, 1 day to stay with him, and then the next day driving back. And I'm like, I don't think so. So I pumped the brakes, as you say. I pumped the brakes on it. And I'm like, I gotta plan more.
I think that sounds fun. To me, I would do it.
So I've had, so when I go down to Florida, it's, by map, it's 12 and a half hours. In actuality, it's 14 to 16 hours. So, and usually when I get there, by the time I get there, I'm a zombie because I drive straight there. And again, like you said, I love driving at night. So I'll leave at about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, drive all night, get there the next day by like 8 or 9 in the morning. And but when I get there, I need to stop. And I definitely would not feel like jumping back on the bike after about 8 hours of sleep. It's like,
yeah,
you need to sit for a while. So 3 days of driving 12, 14 hours a day, I definitely would not want to rest one day and drive back. That would kill me. I could do it, but I want to do a trip like that and actually enjoy it. Now, if I was doing it for a video to just to say I could do it, sure, but I wouldn't enjoy it. And that's what people say. Like if when I'm
Well,
driving to Florida,
after a while, it does. Like we recently did a San Francisco trip, so we went to Fairfield, San Francisco, Sequoia, and we did about like 8 to 9 hours of riding every day. I think we got like 1,400 miles or something under. I don't remember, but we got a bunch of miles under our belt. And by the time we got back, I was like, I'm usually very like, energetic on the bike. I fuck around a lot on the bike. But those last 38 miles would not go past. And even my friend was like, you were pretty responsible there at the end. And I'm just like, I was just exhausted. At that point, I didn't even care anymore, you know? And imagine doing that for like a month straight, doing cross country.
yeah.
I don't even know if I'll be able to make it or not, but
Well,
I want to try and I
so
want to do it.
Gma does it, and she drives some. I mean, I've seen her put some power miles in, but usually when she's driving across country, going from Washington down to Florida, she does between like 7 hours a day, sometimes a little less. But I also want to stop and look at things. I want to
Yeah.
ride, but then I want to stop and see things. And I always say like when I'm going down to Birmingham, I'm like, there's this huge granite wall there with graffiti all over it, and I was like, oh, next time I drive through, I'm going to stop and take pictures of it. And there's a point where you can stop and see this big nuclear power plant off in the distance. I'm going to stop and take pictures of that one day, and I never do, but I
Yeah.
want to. But then there's other times like when I drove up to Ohio and I went through the Florida Valley. And if you've never been through that, it's an elevated highway. It's probably 250, 300 feet high. And when you drive across this valley, it's like jungle down below you. It's in Ohio, and it looks like a freaking jungle. And I
That's
actually
so cool.
stopped and took a bunch of pictures because I was like, this is too beautiful to not. But obviously, that's an area that says do not stop on bridge, and I'm like, watch me, because it's
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna do? Stop me? Whatever. What are you gonna do? Tell me go? Get back on my bike? Okay. But I don't know. Sometimes, and again, this is a motorcycle thing. There's things you notice in a motorcycle that you'd never notice in a car. Because in a car, you feel kind of isolated and boxed in. On the motorcycle, you just see more. The beauty is just,
Yeah.
even though you're literally in the same place, the beauty seems closer. So you want to stop and take
Yeah.
pictures and stuff. So
I agree. I absolutely
yeah,
agree.
Gma knows. Gma knows. No. Gma, I was saying that you stop and see stuff and you take your time because yeah, it's just if it's on a 2 day trip, you can really power noon it and drive 10, 12 hours a day. If you're gonna be out a week on the road, enjoy it. I mean, hell, why not?
Yeah.
When I'm retired, I'm definitely gonna do that. I've just got a couple more years to go, man, and I can actually start enjoying stuff.
You
Anyway,
can enjoy stuff now.
yeah, but I
You
need
don't
to.
have to set a time limit for, once I retire, I'll enjoy stuff.
Well, like the things I want to do is gonna take a few weeks to do. Like the cross country trip, going to Alaska, trying to hit all 50 states, um, at least the 48 states, maybe 49. It's hard to
You
ride
wanna
to
you
Hawaii.
wanna hit Hawaii on the bike?
Hard to ride to Hawaii. Maybe a ferry. I don't know. Well, like you say, I'll fly in and rent a scooter and ride around the
There
island.
you
I mean,
go. I
one,
mean, my husband's daughter is in Hawaii right now, and she actually rented an Indian Scout over there. And she's like a tiny little girl. She's like maybe 5'1" or something, but she's badass. And yeah, she rented this giant Scout and took her girlfriend on the back, and they just rode around, saw Hawaii. She was telling me about it, how much fun she had and stuff. She's like, I burned my leg. Yeah.
the first bike I bought for my wife was a Savage 650, and it had Hawaii plates on it.
Oh,
Some girl who was in the Navy, when she was there, bought this little bike just to run around the island, and she had it while she was there. So definitely Hawaii is bike friendly because she had a good time. For Gma's sake, I would like to say it was not Gma's fault. I did not take pictures while we were riding together. So I'm just gonna say it was not her fault. Don't hate me, Gma. Okay, so here's another very personal question. If someone was to come up to you and say, all right, I've taken the MSF course, I've been on this 250 or this 500 for a year now, I'm ready to move up to a bigger bike, what should I get? What would you tell them?
Oh, I don't know. That requires a whole conversation. I mean, every bike is so different for everybody. I mean, my main bike is the S1000R. I love it. Perfect for my comfort. But someone else might be like, "No, I want something a little bit more chill, laid back, like this bad boy here, you know, or this fat boy here." But I guess I would just be like, "Hey, you want to oh, sorry. Uh hey, you want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. What feels good?" One more advice, I would just be like, "Hey, why don't you go to a dealership, try on every fucking bike, sit on every single fucking bike, see how it feels. The ones that you feel comfortable on, ask for a test ride." Sometimes they don't allow test rides, but sometimes they do, especially the used ones they do. So, yeah, just sit on as many bikes as you can, and then you'll find your fit. I got lucky. The bike kind of found me, but yeah, you can't make one recommendation for someone and be like, "Oh, you should get this bike because I like this bike." That doesn't make any sense.
Perfect answer. Perfect answer. And that's usually what people answer. They're like, put your ass on every bike. When you get on the right bike, don't go in thinking, I want this bike. This is what I want to sit on. Does it feel right? Cool. This is the bike for me. Sit on every bike, and when you finally sit on the one you want, the bike will tell you that it wants you.
Yeah.
And
you know what? Like, I also think, like, if you sit on it, like, does this bike tell you, like, "Hey, ride me like you stole me"? Because if yes, then that's probably the bike.
Yep. I wanted a Valkyrie, and I couldn't find one to sit on. And I found one to sit on, and they wouldn't let me ride it. And just for fun, I was kind of throwing between that and the BMW, the K16, the Grand America. And when I went and sat on the K16, I asked if I could take it. And here's the funny part. Honda said, well, we don't have any that you can ride. We'll call somebody that had owned one that just bought one, and we'll see if he'll let you ride it. And I'm like, no. Because if it was me, I wouldn't. If I just bought a brand new bike and paid, $25,000 for it, and they called me and they said, hey, this guy wants to ride your bike, would you let him? I'd say, hell no.
Yeah,
so it was true. Really weird. But I went up to BMW and I'm like, hey, I'm really interested in this bike. Is there a way you got one that I can ride? Because you can ride this one. Give us 10 minutes. And they put gas in it and I rode it. And when I came back, I didn't want to get off of it. Just like the Street Glide. It was like, I'm going to leave it parked outside because I'm about to leave with it. I'm not pulling it back in. And that's what I did. Once I got on that bike and opened it up, I was like, oh my God, this is stupid. This is
and you know
stupid
what?
beyond this
If
thing.
you've been riding for a year, like the scenario you just said, I mean, you can pretty much ride any bike, So at that point, it's just like, do you love it or is it meh,
Do you love it and does it love you back? The bike will tell you that it loves you. The bike will tell you if it's mad at you and if it doesn't want to be ridden. I'm talking Franglish now, but yeah, it's you'll know. So I know people who say, I want a Hayabusa, and got a Hayabusa, they kill themselves. And we see it with Harleys too. I mean, we see people buy these bikes and they're huge bikes and they'll put about 200 or 300 miles on them and then they sit in the garage because once they get them home, they're like, okay, the bike scares me, or oh, the bike's too this and this, and
that's a big
now
bike.
I don't want it.
That's like a big bulky bike, the Hayabusas. I mean, they're drag race bikes, They're like very big and very bulky. I don't like them. I mean, I think they're cool. I think it's cool what you can do with them, but I can't get past the ugly. It's like the Goldwing.
I wanted a ZX13 until I got on one. And then I was like, this bike just feels wrong. And I pick on Kawasaki's a lot because I've had two Kawasaki's that tried to kill me. And,
tried to kill you.
So I pick on them. Well, I had one. If Ghost is still in there, Ghost had one too. We both had the 750 Widowmaker, and I put that bike.
The Widowmaker tried to kill you.
Yes, I put it. The thing about the early Kawasaki, and I say like the 70s, early 80s Kawasaki's, there was no friction zone. You'd release the clutch, all of a sudden it hit.
Yeah.
And this bike, one day I'm riding it. And I went to turn around a corner, and when I went with the let off, downshift. When I let it go, it just took off, went through a ditch over a barbed wire fence, and landed in a cattle field. And I had a friend who'd been wanting to buy it from me. I left it right there, and I walked back up the road, and I called him. I said, "If you want the bike, it's sitting in a cattle field. You can go get it." I
Oh
said, "I'll
my
sell it to you."
God.
He goes, "Yeah, I want to go get it." And he went and got it. I'm like, "I'm not getting back on that bike. Me and that bike are hate each other now. We're not. I'm not doing this again."
I think you're being petty.
There's something about it, it. Might be, I don't know. It's just, but there was another one that I had, a 750 LTD. Same thing. That bike, it's just, and again, it was the clutch. The clutch hated me, and I would go to let out on it. All of a sudden, it would just spin and fishtail, and it's like, okay, this ain't, no, we're not doing this
This
anymore.
bike does that too. This bike, as soon as you like let go of the clutch even a little bit, it'll just go. And the funny thing is, now that I'm riding the S1000 again, I got so used to it, and now I'm just like, wait, it's not going, it's not going, it's not going, you know?
It's like squeezing a trigger on a gun. It's like you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. There it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So when after I crashed the BMW, I was looking to get back into a bigger bike. I ended up getting the Honda Shadow, the Sabre, the 1100. But I went and test rode a ZX13, and the bike just felt so weird. It felt like it kept wanting to fall over on me.
Okay.
I've talked to other people, and they said, "Oh, they don't feel that way. They're not that top heavy." Blah blah blah. And it's like something about that bike. That bike told
But
me.
what bike did you come off of when you got on that bike? Because that makes a difference
Well, I came
too.
off a BMW horizontally opposed, where 75% of the weight of the bike was below the axles.
Yeah, that's why.
But then the Sabre was not very far. Again, it was above the axles, but very Hondas are just such good bikes, and I will if I never own another Honda, I will stick with this. Hondas are just such awesome bikes. They're awesomely engineered, and they're very smooth, and they're awesome, and they're easy to work on. Even if I never buy another one, I will say that to my grave. Hondas are awesome bikes. But the Honda weighed a little bit more actually than that ZX13, but it was just so much easier to handle. So something about
Yeah, but
Kawasaki's,
again,
man.
you know what? It always depends what you come off of, you know?
Yes, and it's got to be the bike for you. Like you said, it's got to
Yeah.
be the bike for you. It can be the perfect bike for 99% of the people, and if you sit on it and it doesn't feel right, that's not your bike.
Yeah.
Just period. All right, moving right along. Okay, if you could go anywhere on a bike today, start anywhere, end anywhere on any bike you wanted to ride, where would you go and what bike would you ride?
Well, the bike is going to be obvious. Where would I go? That's going to take some. I would do the M1000R, which is my dream bike. I love that bike so much. I got to sit on a couple. I did not get to test ride one yet, but it's just such a badass bike. Where would I go? I have no idea. I think I would just go. There wouldn't be like a point B at all. Just ride.
I've heard people say they want to ride the Stevia Pass,
Uh-huh.
the Stelvia, the Stevia, the Selvio, the one in Italy. It
Oh,
has
okay.
it's a zigzag up a hill, and it's 48 back to back hairpins. You come up on one side and it's France, and down the other side is Italy.
Oh, nice.
Stelvio Pass. And I've seen people ride it, and I've seen good riders crash on that road or just drop the bike trying to make a hairpin. So I still want to do it, but at the same time, I know in my mind, and I've ridden some very stupid hairpin curves before. Arkansas has the worst on the pig trail. But I know it's not something you're going to really enjoy. It's something you're going to be able to do and say, I did it.
Yeah.
The views are awesome, but you can't kid yourself and say it's going to be an easy ride. There's got to be somewhere you want to go.
There are a lot of places I want to go. I want to ride in southern France. I mean, I've been to Germany so many times. I grew up there, but I never ridden there. I would love to go there, get on the Autobahn, finally legally speed. I loved riding in Turkey. I would absolutely do it again. Like I said, I want to do the cross country. That's a big one. I mean, the thing is, like, America is so big And people always say like Americans don't travel, they don't travel. It's like if you realized how big America is, like you don't have to go anywhere. You can drive for 24 hours and still be in Texas, you know?
Yeah, well, not 24 hours in Texas, but it's not far. So I used
Yeah.
to live in Beaumont, Texas, and when you come out of Louisiana into Beaumont, there's a sign that says um, El Paso 827 miles. But when you're in El Paso, it's only 790 miles to the Pacific coast.
Yeah.
And when you're in Beaumont, Texas, you're actually closer to the Atlantic Ocean than you are to the other side of Texas. Texas is stupid big.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've actually it took us, so my wife's oldest son lived in El Paso. We lived in Louisiana. It took us 12 and a half hours to get to the other side of Texas. Just driving straight across Texas. Stopping twice at two McDonald's. But
Yeah, it's
it's
insane.
it's huge. Like I said, yeah. Well, like you were saying, when I decided out of the blue, hey, I'm gonna go drive to Los Angeles. Okay, cool. Pack 9 lunches because that's how long it's gonna take. You're gonna, yeah. It takes a while. Anyway, yeah. It's once you start driving across America, there's so much to see, and everything is different. You know, there's mountains, there's deserts, there's rivers, there's lakes, there's plains,
Yeah.
there's rolling fields, there's rolling hills, there's flat hills, there's
We
everything.
are very rich in diversity and landscape here. It's
Yes,
beautiful. I
absolutely.
love it.
And I still haven't seen it all.
Canada is another place I would really love to ride
I
because
have,
Canada has so many beautiful places. It's insane.
yeah, I have a friend
Like,
who lives in British Columbia, and I want to go up there because she's always talking about how beautiful it is up there, and she does lots of cool videos.
I
So
mean, I had a friend, he's from France and he was living in Canada, and he was literally like there for a year and waking up to deer at his window. You
well, you can
know?
do that
He's
here.
like, huh?
You can do that here, and
Yeah, but
coyotes.
like it's very strange to me, you know? But it was like he was showing me all these beautiful like beautiful landscapes and stuff, and like lakes that are barely frozen over but like so beautiful you can just walk into it and crack it. And it's just like here it doesn't really snow, it doesn't really get that cold, we don't really get to experience that with the lakes, you know. But sometimes I miss it. I mean, I'm not very like, I don't like the cold. I hate the cold. But sometimes I do miss the snow, especially during like Christmas season. And you know, I'm a big Christmas girl, so it's like I do miss it.
Yeah, I
You
heard
know,
some
but then
Christmas music a while ago behind you. I was going, is
yes.
that Christmas music?
Yes, it was. I'm guilty. I was actually singing today and because we were cleaning today. Today was like a cleaning day, and I had Christmas music blasting in the house, and everybody's just like, okay, enough already.
No, you need that positivity in your life. You can't talk bad about that.
I love it. And the dogs love it. The
Doug
cats, not
says,
so much. They don't like the blasting music, but
oh, the cats, yeah.
yeah.
Cats don't know what they want. My cat will scream. If I go take a shower, she will scream to get into the bathroom with me. And as soon as I close the doors, turn the water on, she
Speaking
wants
of
out.
cats, this is my boy Dinah. He just came to say hi.
Dinah.
Tickle, tickle Rose. Yeah.
Did you hear that,
So
Tina?
we thought he was a girl because when he was a baby we found him under a house, and I guess the mom just kind of moved on with the litter, and we thought he was a girl because he was so cute and he didn't have like a teeny weeny, you know. And we said if it's a boy we'll name him Chopper, and if it's a girl, Dinah. So we named him Dinah. And then one day, I think he was like already 4 months old or so, he came and cuddled with me in the bed, and he's like turning around and I see a little red rocket. I'm like, oh my God, you're a boy. But the name still stuck.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. That kind of reminds me of the Bug's Life with the ladybug. Oh, what a pretty lady. I'm a man.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Have you inspired anyone to ride or wrench on their own bikes?
I don't know. I have encouraged people to. Um, yeah, I don't know.
You can think about it. We'll come back to it.
I mean, I don't know the result. Like, I have encouraged people too that were like interested in my bike or interested in riding. I always tell them go take the moto class, but I don't know if they actually follow up on it or not.
Here's a question for you. How are you about letting people ride your bikes?
It depends. If I see you ride, first of all, I have to see you ride. You can't just tell me like, oh, I've been riding for 20 years. Like, that's great, but I want to see how you ride, how you've been riding for 20 years. Am I gonna be like, oh shit, how are you still alive? Or am I gonna be like, oh yeah, yeah, go ahead, ride my bike, dude. you know so yeah, it depends. But if I see you ride and I see like you can control the bike, you can, you're chill, you're not too crazy, responsible, I'm like, yeah, go ahead, take it for a spin.
That has kept me from selling bikes before. When I was selling the 1100 RT, this guy
Mm-hmm.
shows up and he says, so how fast is this bike? And it's like, well, it's however fast that you want it to be. He goes, well, I've heard these things are really torquey in the corners and can get away from you. And I'm like, it's only as torquey as you let it be. It's a smooth throttle, so it's not like it's just going to jump away
Yeah, the
from you.
bike is not gonna ride
Yeah.
it for
He's
you,
like,
ride
well,
itself for you. You're riding the bike.
yeah. He's like, well, I've heard they were kind of dangerous. And I was like, maybe this bike isn't for you. I'm like, maybe you should look for another bike. He's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh my god, I almost sold this to a guy that was going to get himself killed on it. But it's like you get that feeling. You sold bikes before. Have you sold bikes before? Do you just? It looks like you just keep every one you have, right? Just
Um, so I have bought bikes. No, my husband and I just sold our V-Strom, the one I got for $500, the one I was telling you.
yeah.
And that was actually a really good thing because my husband has sold it, and this guy was like 6'2" or something, and he turned into a little kid, when he got on that bike. He took it for a test drive, and then he came back, and he's like, "Oh my god, I love it," and it was such a good thing. Yeah.
Was it a 650 or 1100?
Uh, it was a 650.
And he
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
That's
It
funny.
was huge though. It has like a 4-gallon tank or something. It's no more. I think it's a 6-gallon tank. It's huge. Like I can't even wrap my legs around it.
Really
Yeah.
surprising.
I'm 5'4".
Okay, I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm just okay.
Well, the thing is also like stopping and going on those bikes, like at red lights and stuff, you have to like hop off the bike. Yeah, it's
Okay,
it's not my jam.
that's fine. I'm won't say anything against it. Like I said, the bike either wants you or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just like this ain't my bike.
Mhm.
Okay, where are we? So Doug wanted me to ask you this question: if you could tell a new rider one thing that you had to learn the hard way, what would it be?
There are so many things that I had to learn the hard way.
Two things.
Okay, two things. One, never put your helmet between, like, on the mirror between the brake and the throttle, because that resulted in me landing in yet another bush. I was telling this to Rebecca. We had just, like, we were getting gas after a canyon ride, and my friend and I, like, I was here and he was like pulled up right next to me, and I'm like, hey, pull up close to me so I can pump yours with gas too. And then, we gassed up, we're good to go, and we're gonna move the bikes 20 feet in front of us to wait for the rest of the gang to gas up. He's putting on his helmet. I'm like, bro, why are you putting on your helmet? He's like, well, I need a place to put it, and you should put it on too. And I'm like, why would I put on my helmet for just not even 20 feet that way? And he's like, well, I'm gonna do it, okay? And then he went, and then I put mine on the mirror, and my mirrors, by the way, are bar end mirrors. So when I hang it on the mirror, I'm pretty much hanging it almost on the bar. And I put it in first gear. I'm going like maybe 3 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour. And I'm getting close to my destination. I want to pull the brake. The helmet's in the way. And I crashed into a bush going like 1 mile an hour. And it was like slow motion cut. I'm like, fuck,
No.
fuck, fuck, fuck. And then I hit the curb. And by the time I even thought about like the back brake, I was already in the bush. And I'm like, oh my God. And then my friends actually made a cup for me that has me and my bike in a bush. It's like covered in bush. And it says on the bottom, why would I wear my helmet?
Doug says, if she asks how am I still alive, then I'm disqualified. I'm not, but I'm better on other people's bikes than my own. If I'm
Oh,
riding
yeah?
somebody else's bike, I'm like super careful because even going from like, and I'm sure you know this, but even going from like the Sportster to the BMW or to the Street Glide, they're totally
I
different
think it's
bikes.
also a comfort thing because if you ride the same bike all the time, you're used to it. You know what it can do, you know what you can do with it. But when you're on somebody else's bike, it's like it takes a certain amount of miles to really understand the bike. You know, every bike is different. Yeah, they're all the same. Once you learn how to ride one bike, you can ride all bikes, but every bike is different.
Yeah,
They
even
shift
like
different, different RPMs, different everything, different feeling, top heavy, bottom heavy, so it's like, yeah, I agree with that. I think the first time I ride anybody's bike, I'm always like trying to figure out the bike.
even going from like when I'd ride the BMW for a week and then go to the Sportster, and it's like I didn't know where to put my feet at the red light. I go to put my feet down, and that's where the pegs are. And I go to pick my feet up and put them on the pegs, and there's no pegs there. And it's like, oh yeah, I got to remember where my
Yep.
pegs are. And the Street Glide, they're so far out that going from the BMW to the Street Glide, even after like a week, I'd go to pick my feet up and go to hit the shifter or go to hit the brake, and they're not there because they're way further up. So it's
Yep.
like, all right, it's like, yeah, you've got to take your time and learn, even if it's your own
It's
bike.
crazy because riding the Fat Boy is like, wait, it's right here, so I can just switch to it. You see, like, that's the shifter, and it's like, that's the seat.
Yeah.
I am barely reaching for it. I have to like reach out for it. And then this is supposed to be for your feet to put your feet on.
Good
I
luck.
can't reach
Yeah.
those. These are useless to me. I can absolutely not reach those. I have to move out of my seat in order to shift. And with the Fat Boy, you have to shift a lot. I mean, you have to be in third gear going 20 miles an hour.
You can get some pegs that are cocked back a little bit closer to you for
Well, it's
riding.
not my bike though.
Oh, well, then
That's
never
the
mind.
thing.
Then never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, it's just being stored here and I ride it as I want. But it's my friend Javi's bike.
Okay. Then don't change it. It's fine. Cool, he lets you
I
ride
guess
it.
I could probably get away with changing it because he doesn't ride as much anymore, so you probably wouldn't even notice.
Cool to know. Okay, so Doug has another question. If you were to engineer a bike, what improvements would you make? So let's start with your BMW.
Hmm. Like if I customized it?
If you were the engineer, if you worked for BMW and you said, okay, we're gonna take this R1000, we need to make it better. Whatever, or is it your S or you have an R1000S, right?
S1000R.
S1000R. So if you're
Yes.
gonna make it better, what would you do to it?
Oh man, that requires a lot of thinking. I would I would do an all-nighter for that. Like, I don't know. What could be better on that bike?
Heated grips.
There's already heated grips on it. Every bike that comes in here will have heated grips.
Oh, yours came with heated grips?
Yes, the BMW
Shit, it's a
S1000R does
BMW.
come.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it does. But every bike in this garage, except for the Fat Boy, because it's not our bike, but every bike has heated grips. That's an absolute necessity. But I don't know. I mean, I would probably change the exhaust because I still have the stock exhaust, and it has it has a giant tumor at the bottom of the bike right now because it has the cat. But that's the only improvement I can think of. I can't really think of any engineering improvements. As I'm riding, like if we were to ride together from time to time, I'd probably like say stuff like, "Oh man, I wish this bike had this" or something like that. But right now, asking me that question, I'm just like kind of blanking on it.
Okay. If you think about it, we can come back to it.
All right.
Okay, so here's a question for you. If you could buy any bike right now, you had to own it for the rest of your life. You wouldn't have to ride it for the rest of every day for the rest of your life, but you could never sell it. What bike would you buy?
I'm $1,000.
I knew you were going to say that, but I had to ask it.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with that bike.
Okay, flip side of that question. What bike would you want to ride one time, knowing you could never get back on it once you got off? And that could either be because it's so rare, so expensive, so eclectic once you got off
So
of
like
it,
test ride
or
it?
even so dangerous you could only ride it one time.
So like a test ride.
Yeah. So I always say like the Boss Haas, the M8 twin turboed Boss Haas. And I say I'd only want to ride it one time because the first time I'd be careful. The second time I'd be like, okay, I can do this a little harder now, and that's probably when I would kill myself. So, and it could be because of rarity. It could be because it's just a cool special bike. It could be because it's an old bike and they don't make them anymore, or they're only in museums. So, but what bike would it
Okay,
be?
I got one. The Triumph, what is it called? Triple Rocket or something like that?
The Rocket Three,
Is it? Is that it? It has
Rocket
like a
Three.
bunch of exhausts and it looks crazy as hell.
It's stupid fat. It's a three cylinder. They make them in two styles. The new one is a 2300 cc.
Yeah, I think that's the bike I would ride once and then I mean, it's not a visually attractive bike to me, but it's also kind of really badass. So
It's an
I'm
inline
like,
three. It's a freaking tractor. It looks like a freaking tractor. But yeah, they're very cool.
yeah, if I rode that once, I think I would be like, okay, I got it out of my system.
I did it. It's good.
Yeah, exactly. Just check.
Okay. Doug says, nice choice.
Oh, thank you.
So moving on, and remembering that you can ask me some questions when we're done, we'll move on to the next question. What is your toxic trait?
In riding?
Anything.
In riding, it's probably not wearing gear. And yeah.
Bad girl.
Yeah, I know. I wear my helmet and some, thin ass gloves. But that's pretty much it. In the summertime, I'm just like yoga pads and crop topping it. Yeah, that's a bad trait. But I wouldn't say I'm like toxic. I'm like a big ass fucking walking green flag.
Right answer.
Maybe overconfident sometimes, especially like on the bike.
Overconfident. I've heard you talk about your speed. Yes, I'd probably say overconfident. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Not all the time though. It's just there's just these moments where I get a feeling of, you know, like I am God. I made this road. It's
It
mine.
could never happen to me. Yeah, that happens to other people, not me.
Yeah, but then it's like you learn your lesson quick when any little thing goes wrong, like the front wheel wiggles or something. You rode over something. I don't know, but like it's like okay, calm down now.
I had that 2 years ago. We had ice storms here, and we have ice storms here. It's Mississippi. They don't have snow plows. They don't have ice trucks. They have old, Ford Rangers and Ford F-150s with a flat box blade on the front, and they don't even get those out until it stops snowing.
Oh
And
my god.
for ice, it's like, well, it's going to be warm in 3 days. We'll just take care of it then. So for 2 days, we were iced in. I couldn't get out.
Oh my god.
Wednesday and Thursday, I drove my wife's car. Friday, the sun had came out. It had warmed back up to, it was like 55 in the morning. I'm like, hey, it's 55. All the ice must be gone now. I can't go a whole week without, riding my motorcycle. People will laugh at me. So I rode the big old BMW
Disgraceful.
to work. And I was scooming along, and I came to the bottom of a hill. And I got to the bottom of the hill where the sun hadn't shone in probably a week. And there was a patch of ice, probably 15 feet long, probably 10 feet wide. And I hit it and wiped out. Crashed that big ass 1,000-pound BMW.
Oh god.
And it went down. So it's on a video. I went down so fast that it bounced me off of the street. And then I had a concussion. Broke the little spines on the little balls on my spine. Broke two of them off. But it gave me a concussion, so I'm out there in the middle of the street trying to get the bike stood up in this big ice patch. So I get the bike stood up, and then instead of a rational man, I'm like, oh well, now I got to get to work now. And so I'm trying to turn the bike around under a red light, and I don't know which way to go because I rung my bell pretty freaking hard. So I'm like, well, I guess I got to go home. I think I messed the bike up. So I go home, get into my wife's car, and try to drive back to work. And that's when all the pain started. But I was so sure that I could ride that bike to work because I needed to, because I didn't want people laughing at me because I'm a biker, damn it. So, yeah.
Dinah's back.
Hello, kitty cat. All right. Uh, let's see. What is the
You know,
one?
that's such a biker thing, though. I mean, you just went down, you bounced off the concrete, you have a concussion, and you're like, oh my god, is my bike okay? Let me stand it up.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta get my bike up. What's
That's
funny?
such a
People
typical
wouldn't
biker
stop
thing.
for me. I'm trying to get because again, I'm on probably a 1 inch, slab of ice, and I'm trying to stand the bike up, and it keeps slipping. I'm like sliding the bike around. Nobody's stopping to help me. I finally get the bike up and get it up on a kickstand, and then somebody stops and goes, "Are you okay? Do you need some help?" Well, not now, motherfucker. Keep going. Fuck you. Get out of my way. And
That's the thing, though. You know, cars don't usually stop for bikes. Bikes stop for bikes, always, you know? But, like, I remember when I first started riding my Harley and I still wasn't used to the weight. So I would drop it at red lights. You know, I would just stop and then drop the bike for no reason, right? And one time that happened, and it took a while before I really got used to the weight. And anyway, so I'm like trying to pick this bike up, and it's like a good 600 pounds or so, right? So I'm like picking it up, and I'm like struggling, and everybody at the red light in their cars is looking at me, and I can see their faces, and it's like, oh, poor girl. But not one person would get up and help me. All of a
no.
sudden, I was so embarrassed. I had this adrenaline rush, and all of a sudden, just Hulk lifted that bike just to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Oh, I had people. I put the video up, and my wife had posted, and people were posting to it. Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. I wish you would have died. I'm like, really? Come on, man.
That's so
Like
crazy.
you just people are very judgmental. I'll tell you. Speaking of judgmental, what do you look at on other bikers and go, God, that's stupid?
Mm, not having heated grips.
In California, that wouldn't not such a big thing.
I don't know. I mean, oh yeah, I do know. I do know. Ape hangers, the ones that are like 5 feet
Yeah,
tall. Yeah, that's one thing that I'm like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? I don't know how they even turn. How do you turn a bike like that?
you
That has
just get
five
used to
feet
it.
ape
Yeah,
hangers.
and
That's
I'm
crazy.
not a so yeah. It's in most states though. It's illegal to have ape hangers above your armpits,
Okay.
but
Well,
somehow,
armpit is still reasonable, but like I don't know if that's the case in California because I
no,
see
I've
some
seen some big
crazy
ones,
shit.
and I've seen some crazy ones overseas. You want to see some crazy bikes? Africa and Australia. And everybody's seen this video where the dude literally the ape hangers are 6 feet high, and this dude's
Oh
arms
my
are
god.
straight up, and it's a nice bike, dude. It is bling to the max, and the dude can barely reach him, and he's like fingertips up here like this. But yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Mine would be the chicks that have the entire front of their jeans ripped off, nothing but holes, and I
What?
and I look at them and go, if you were to go down, you're screwed. I mean, you know, at least yoga pants would take some hit off.
You know what? If any ladies out there need some yoga pants, I can recommend because I went down in yoga pants and those things did not tear. I went on that page that same night. I left a bomb ass review.
They're
Just
tougher than
saying.
people think. I mean, again, you've seen some of these women that squeeze into these stupid yoga pants. They can take a lot of stress. God, can they? So it's like, well, and then, of
Well,
course,
anything is better than direct contact with concrete anyway. But I mean, I'm not anti gear. You know, I respect people who wear gear. I even tell people to wear gear. You know, I don't practice what I preach, but at the end, it's like everybody's choice. You know, my husband gave up too. He was trying to, especially after I had my accident in June, he was trying to again, you know, guilt me into wearing gear, and it worked for a bit, but I just don't like it. It takes away from riding for me. And but I do encourage other people to wear gear, and I lend out my gear. Like I have this Dainese jacket that I spent like $1,200 on that I wore maybe twice. And my friend's girlfriend, like she's taking her he's taking her on the back, and she didn't have a helmet, she didn't have any supportive stuff, so I gave her a helmet, gave her that jacket, and gave her some. It's like leggings with protection,
Aramid.
and you wear it underneath your pants. Gave her that because I'm not wearing that, but I lend it out to any of my guy friends who have girlfriends who want to ride. It's like, hey, here you go, some protection for you. And then they bring it back. I give it to someone else if they need it, you know?
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of safety, but also comfort. And
Yeah.
you can be so safe that you become stupidly uncomfortable and get dangerous. Especially here, I mean, it gets up to 110, 115 degrees here. Um, this time of year, you're dressing for the cold. In the summer,
Yes.
um, now I'll always wear gloves, I'll always wear boots, and I'll always wear a helmet and pants. I'll always have jeans on. Other than that, dude, when it's 110, 115 degrees, I'll have some of those nylon sleeves on with a t-shirt because anything else, you're going to be so damn hot that you actually start dehydrating and get uncomfortable, and then
Yeah.
you're more, and then it's more dangerous. But
You
yeah,
know what I love when it's hot? Like, before I even put my helmet on, I will just wet all of my clothes, my hair, everything. And then for like 2 minutes, you have like the best AC in the world. And then you dry and then nothing's left. But like, I love doing that, just wetting myself down completely and then riding. It's so nice for like 2.5 minutes.
um, someone's asking, does Sheila have a YouTube, Instagram that she'd like everyone to subscribe to? Yes. If you go to my Instagram post, I have her Instagram post highlighted in it, and she does not have a YouTube yet. We're going to work on that. That'll be awesome.
Are we? Have you decided already?
I'm just gonna. I haven't decided for you, but I'm like, it'd be cooler if you did to pull a Matthew McConaughey. Be
I don't
cooler
know
if
if
you
I
did.
could pull off a YouTube channel.
What most people do is they'll just start making little shorts. So the shorts you usually put on Instagram, throw one up on YouTube. Couldn't hurt. And it doesn't take
I'll
long.
think about it.
It
I'll
doesn't
think
take
about
long. All right. Next question would be, what is your what is the one thing you will never take a road trip without? You'll never get on the motorcycle without this. What is it?
a road trip or get on the motorcycle
Let's say a
without it?
trip. You're riding somewhere.
A trip, okay. Heated vest.
Even in the summer?
No. In the summer, I guess. I don't know. In the summer, I'm so like in the nude. I don't have anything. I guess my leg bag in
Okay.
the summer, but in the winter, I don't have my leg bag really. I have like a big old backpack, but
How about a credit card? Hairbrush.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, card, yeah, yeah, debit card.
All right.
Sorry, I'm so boring.
No, it's fine. You're good. Okay, what is your favorite motorcycle from a movie or TV series?
Oh, um, okay, you know the Batmobile motorcycle?
The Batcycle.
Yes, I'll pick that. I was actually on it. Yeah, Warner Brothers, they had one, and I don't know if it was. I don't think it was the one, but it was like a replica. But I have a pretty cool picture of me on it.
Oh, cool. Do you have it on your Instagram?
No, I do not.
You should make a slideshow, put it on your YouTube channel. Just kidding. All right.
You are not gonna let go of this, are you?
Sure, I will. Okay, if I was to come visit you, and I was like, hey, Sheila, I'll be out in Los Angeles, blah 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 date. Let's go for a ride and take me somewhere to eat. Where would we ride and where would we go eat?
Okay, in Los Angeles?
Wherever you want to go. Where do you want to go? Let's get out of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is crazy.
Well, I would say, since you're a rider, let's go ride to Solvang and go get burgers because Solvang has like the best burgers I've ever had. And I don't know what it is because the ingredients are pretty much the same, but there's something about Chomp's burgers that is like insane. And every time I go there, I have to go there. That's the first thing I go get. And then close to my house is this place called Pescado Dorado, which is like a Mexican,
Fish tacos.
not fish tacos.
Fish tacos?
They have, I don't know if you know what mojarra frita is. but it's I believe it's tilapia, but they deep fry it and then they pull it out and they give you the whole fish. And oh my God, it's so good.
As long as they pull the guts out, I'm fine. I
Nope. Everything in there.
uh,
Everything in there.
okay, I'll try
You
it.
have to separate the bones and everything. But we wouldn't be riding for that because it's like it's very close to my
Around the
house. So
corner.
that's why I'm saying like solving or in San Francisco. Ah, I used to love this when I was a teenager. There's an Indian restaurant called Chutney's in downtown San Francisco, Tenderloinish area. And oh my God, it's so good. But the problem is we would need to find a place to crash for the night because once you eat there, you cannot move for a couple of hours. So what my mom and I used to do is anytime we would eat there, across the street, they used to have hookah. So we just used to go sit and have tea and smoke hookah while we wait for, the because I don't know what Indian people put in their food. There must be like drugs in there or something. It just completely like affects your entire nervous system. Like you can't do anything anymore.
It's yeah, it mellows you out, and I'm sure it's something in the curry. I think curry is a soothing. Every Indian I've ever met has been so cool and laid back. It's got to be something in the curry. So it's got to be something in the food. Yeah. So, side note: did you get to ask your mom about the hookahs, about the fruit in the tobacco hookah tobacco?
What?
Weren't you going to ask your mom about the fruit that's in the
Oh no, I
tobacco
did
for the hookah?
not. Yeah, I should have. I should have asked her.
I'm surprised the place you didn't go doesn't have it. Oh, they can probably tell you about it. I don't know if they do it in India or not. But anyway, yeah, hookah's a big
Wait,
thing.
so by the fruit you meant hookah?
Hookah, yeah, like a hookah
Oh,
pipe.
okay. Like they put it in the water or something?
No, they put it in the tobacco.
Oh, that's right. That's what you were
They'll actually
telling me.
mash up the fruit and put it and mix it in with the tobacco.
They have flavored shisha mixes,
This is
but I don't
actually
know if that's
fruit.
the same.
Yeah, this is actually fruit. It's not bad. You would think it's bad. It's not.
I don't know, it sounds kind of fishy because it's like, is that like healthy? I don't know. I mean, it's
Well, you're
fruit, I
smoking
guess.
tobacco. I mean, how healthy can it be? It's probably easy, more healthy to smoke
Nicotine is
fruit
not all.
than. Oh.
No, I know. I know. It's, yeah, it's a weird question that I just asked as a smoker too,
Well,
by the
here's a
way.
knockout for you. Do you know that the Egyptian and the Turkish and the Kuwaiti Arabic tobacco doesn't have nicotine in it?
What?
Nicotine does not actually naturally occur in tobacco.
That's
It's
crazy.
added. It's added for cigarettes.
Okay, but you know what? The cigarettes that you mainly see in Turkey anyway, because I don't know about like well, I have been to Egypt, but I wasn't smoking when I went. But in Turkey, it's like they're pretty much all like American brands.
Yeah, the American cigarettes put nicotine in them to keep you addicted to it. Naturally occurring tobacco doesn't have nicotine in it.
It's working.
I know. All right. Final question, and then you can ask me some questions. Um,
Okay.
oh, I have another question for you.
Hmm.
So next time, so we were supposed to do this when I rode out with Indy Ridge. We went up to Willow Springs, and on the way to Willow Springs, you're riding through the desert. You go through all these little hills and mountains and stuff. And on the road there, right before you get to Willow Springs, there's this old like Mexican town, and there's all these there's cantinas and little shops and little taco trucks and stuff. And we were supposed to ride up there, but we ended up leaving at like 4 o'clock in the morning because it took 2 hours to get there. So we didn't ride the bikes. But I wanted to stop in that little village and all those little towns in there and eat there. But because it took us so long though at Willow Springs trying to set up the tents and get all the products and stuff out, we didn't get to because it was stupid late when we
Yeah.
left and stuff. But that's what I want to do next time I go to LA is I want to go. I don't even remember the name of that little town that we passed through, but it's you'll know it if you go down that road toward Willow Springs because almost everything in the whole village is like yellow and green. All the buildings and all the little tents and all the little
Interesting.
shops are yellow and green.
I have no idea where you're talking about. Like, I don't think I've ever been there.
All I can tell you is it's on the way to Willow Springs. It's
Okay.
probably 15 minutes before you turn to go actually up into the Willow Springs racetrack. It's right there.
Hey, if you come down here, let's do it. Let's
Let's
do
do
that
it.
right.
Let's do it. After I retire.
Oh my God, everything after you retire.
Because my wife can't take that trip with me, so it's got to be any trips I take now. Probably are going to probably include her. So this will be
Yeah.
afterwards. If I ride that far somewhere, it's going to probably have to be after. And maybe I'll make a windfall and win the lottery or something. Probably won't be tonight because I can get any tickets.
Wait, let me ask you this. Do you actually play the lottery?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
And I
okay.
was
Because a
supposed to
lot
go
of
tonight.
people were like, "Oh, if I win the lottery," it's like, "Do you actually play?" No, not really. Well,
Well,
that.
well, I went last night. I was going to buy tickets. Got $20 out of the ATM, and then I got up to the counter to buy them, and this lady in front of me was being such an ass to the clerk. And
Uh-huh.
she spent 5 minutes up there just trying to get this clerk to break her $20 bill before she bought her stuff that she wanted. And the lady behind the counter was like, "I'll just buy it. I'll give you change. You'll have change." And she's like, "No, I want to break this 20 first." And she's
Why?
like, looks at her like, "But you buy it and they give you change." And she goes, "Well, I want to break this first." And I think she was trying to scam her. You ever seen this scam where they're like, "Here, break this $20 bill." Well, hold on. Instead of four fives, can you give me 110, a five, and five ones? Well, hold on. Let me break this five. Go ahead and give me five ones for this one. Hang on. Well, let me give you this 10. Give me those ones back and give me two fives. And in that way, you can eventually get more back from them than they're giving to you, because it's like a magic trick, but it's a scam way of breaking money. And I think that's what she was trying to do, is trying to at some point keep more than she's giving back.
Uh-huh.
And this clerk wasn't going for it. She was like, I'll give you the change for what you're buying right now." And the lady finally went, "Oh, fine." And she gave her the 20 and she gave her the money back. But she spent 5 minutes trying to do that. And by the time
That's
I got up there, I was like, "Here, let me just pay for the stuff I've got." And I totally forgot I wanted lottery tickets because I just wanted to get out. By then, I just wanted to get out of there. So yeah, I forgot to get them last night. Anyway,
well, when you do get them, good luck.
yeah,
Remember your friend in Cali when you win the
I'll
lotto.
come see you and I'll buy you some tilapia.
Yay!
I don't know. Depending how drunk we get, I might buy you an M1000. I don't know. Let's see. No, I have seen this. So I've actually written to
Okay, so
Tesla.
prepare tequila, whiskey.
Have you seen Tesla's new M1 electric motorcycle?
No.
You have got to Google it. It's stupid. The
Yeah?
whole top of the tank is a screen.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you Google it. Google Tesla's motorcycle. It's stupid looking. But I wrote Tesla, and I said I would love to try this bike. If you're looking for somebody to test ride this bike, I want it. And Tesla has came out now and said they're not going to build it. They have built a couple of prototypes, but they're not going to mass
Why
produce
not?
it. Not now. I think he's more into rockets now. I mean, I think Elon Musk is so far ahead of the curve. I think he sees that he doesn't build niche things. He builds things that are going to be marketable and sellable. So I think he's finally seen
Yeah.
that electric
I mean,
motorcycles
it
are
is kind
not
of a
going to do it.
luxury item, like considered a luxury item, motorcycles.
Yeah.
Rather than like an everyday need. Although in this household, it is an everyday need, but.
Yeah. And some people are, but if you look at like when the Livewire first came out, it's like, oh, this is going to be the new best thing. Everybody's going to build electric motorcycles. And you had 20 people building electric motorcycles, and now they're like, these are crap, and nobody wants them. Zero
But I
is.
don't know if I'm so into the electric bike hype. I mean, like, for example, the Livewire that Harley has, it's pretty cool looking, but like, you can't hear it at all.
No, and I've seen enough people. So I had a lady that I used to follow up in St. Louis, and they gave her a motorcycle here in Memphis to drive up to Milwaukee, a Livewire. And they mapped out this thing for her because the Livewire has a screen on it that tells you where all the charging stations are. And there were a lot of times where it wouldn't make it to the next charging station, and she's had to pull over at a gas station somewhere to plug it up at a Circle K or something, because they're horrible. And I don't know if you've ever watched the Long Way Up with Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman.
No.
You've got to watch it. So the third season, well, they take bikes from long way around. They took two bikes
Oh,
and rode
that's
them
the
around
one
the
with
world.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that guy.
Well, the third season they started
I haven't
in
watched
South
it,
America, and the bikes kept dying. And they had they had number one and number two, and the bikes kept dying, and they had a generator truck following them to charge them. And,
Oh my god.
but they had the first two. That's when they realized that it's a 100-mile range on the bike, and if it's 20 degrees, the range is actually like 40 miles. And when it's 100 degrees, the range is like 150 miles. It's a battery, just like the batteries in a flashlight. If they're cold, they don't work very well. And
Yeah.
so they're not very. I mean, even
But
electric
that's the case
cars.
with the regular gas bikes too. The batteries and the cold, like you hear it. You hear it like struggling to start up when it sounds like a horse.
Yeah, but you can still push start a gas bike.
Yes, yes, you can.
You can't push start
Yeah.
an electric bike. You just push for a
No.
long time. Anyway, I don't know. It's just I would definitely want to ride you got to Google the Tesla motorcycle because I would definitely want to ride it. It's
I
absolutely
will. I will
so
definitely.
cool.
I will Google it. I'm very curious, especially since you said like the entire tank is a screen.
It's a
That's.
huge screen. It's bigger than a laptop screen. It's freaking huge.
Is it beautiful though? Because it's
It's
Tesla. I'm not
gorgeous,
a big
dude.
fan of like especially like the
The
Cybertruck and
Cybertruck's a little
stuff.
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, is it a good looking bike or is it like a weird looking bike?
I, it's economical looking. That's all I can
What
say.
does that even mean?
It's very swoopy. It's very aerodynamic.
To me, equal like that's like saying it looks cheap.
I think it looks gorgeous. I mean,
Economical looking
it's
to me is like cheap.
it looks like I'm not even gonna say it. I like the looks of it, but what I like you might not like. Just Google it, look at it, tell me later what do you think about it.
All right.
All right, last question for you. Who would you like to ride from the past or present? Could be someone who's passed, could be someone who's still around, could be anybody. Who do you want to ride with?
So the people who have passed, I mean, I would definitely say my late husband would be on the list. We didn't really get to ride together. He didn't make it that far. And he wanted to get back into it, so it's like that would be nice. Um, from the present, my husband is always my go-to for riding. We have such a fun time when we ride together and we explore, and I make him take pictures of me.
I've noticed.
Yeah, all the pictures on my Instagram are just of like he took all the pictures. And yeah, or our friends take one of us together, but yeah, so present is definitely gonna be my husband. Future, I don't know. I mean, there's always new people that I meet everywhere, and I love it. And fictional characters, I would definitely want to ride with the Godfather, Vito Corleone.
Really?
Yes.
You think he's a bike rider?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You can tell he was wild when he was young.
All right, I'll buy it. Well, that's all the ones I have for you. You got any questions for me?
Yes. What's the longest ride you've ever done?
The longest ride I've ever done, like single ride, get on the bike and I don't get off until I get
Yep.
there, or
Mm-hmm.
multi-day rides.
Oh, multi-day ride's even better.
Okay. We'll go back to the time when I came home in '09 and my wife had bought me a BMW. So I get home from overseas. I'm on leave now. I'm on 2 weeks leave. And she's like, I bought a bike. And we're living in St. Louis then. She goes, I bought a bike. It's up in Wisconsin. It was Beaver Dam, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So I get home on like a Saturday. Sunday we sleep. Monday we drive up to Wisconsin. And it's about a 12-hour drive. We get up there, stay in a hotel. The next morning we go to, and this is how you know you've got a good bike. When you go to pick it up, the weather is crap. You know you're going to have a bike for a long time. So we drive up there. It's like 80 degrees the whole way of getting to Wisconsin. It's like 70. Get up the next morning. It's like 50 degrees and foggy. It's a Harley dealer. So we get to the Harley dealer and we go there and I can't see the bike. I'm asking where the bike was. It's in the back. So we go around back and they've got this beautiful, BMW R1100 RT with bags and a trunk. Heated seats, heated grips. Beautiful bike. So and I'm like, all right, so I've got like a 12-hour ride home. What happens if it breaks down? He goes, if this bike breaks down, I'll come get you. I said, what if it breaks down, 10 hours from here? He goes, this bike will not break down. All right, cool. So drive all the way from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, down to St. Louis. The next day I change the oil in it. The next day, we take off from St. Louis, and I wanted to go to the AMA Museum in Ohio, in Cincinnati. So we drive up to Cincinnati. We see the museum. We're already in Ohio, so I'm like, let's go to Kings Island. So we go to the Kings Island amusement park that's literally like 30 minutes from the hotel. So we got to Kings Island, we see the hotel, we get back, and I'm like, all right, do we want to go home now? And she goes, well, let's drive on the Bluegrass Parkway. So we go driving on the Bluegrass
I
Parkway.
love that. It's so spontaneous, the
Yeah,
whole trip.
we get down into Kentucky. On the way down, we see another amusement park. So we're like, let's go to this amusement park. So what was supposed to be, a drive out there, see the thing, drive back, and be a 3-day trip, we were on the road for like 7 days, driving all over the place. It was gorgeous. And what's funny is on the way back, we get into Indiana and it starts pouring rain, and it's raining so hard.
No.
Well, it's raining so hard that I'm following the yellow line on the right. And as I'm following it, all of a sudden I can't see anything, but I'm following the line. All of a sudden I'm on an exit, and as we exit, I look up and there's a Holiday Inn sign. I'm like, well, I guess that's my sign. We're gonna stop here. So we pull into the Holiday Inn. But it was such a good time. We had, and my wife is behind me. We had helmets on. We had we had cardos on, and she's laughing the whole time. And I'm like, you trust me? She goes, oh, I trust you. You won't get me killed. I'm like, well, that's what you think, But that was the biggest rain I'd ever rode in, with someone on the back with me. So, but
that is so nice, though.
We had a great time.
I love that whole trip was just like completely spontaneous. Hey, and the time just flew by.
It was our favorite trip. Awesome. I mean, we've gone to Florida, we've gone up to Ohio, but that trip though, the best.
That's so awesome. I hope you guys took lots of pictures.
We did take a lot of pictures, and that was back in 2009. So all those pictures are on an old hard drive somewhere. We'll have to dig them up. We had such a good time, though. It was such a good time.
Nice.
Yep. Good times.
Okay, here's another question.
Okay.
What is the dumbest thing you have done on the bike?
Get on a Kawasaki.
No, that's not... Getting on a bike can't be your answer.
The dumbest thing I've ever done on a bike. So me and my stepbrother, we were daredevils as kids. He got a Honda 80 dirt bike. I got a Suzuki 90. He traded another bike for a Hodaka 250 dirt bike, and then somehow he traded a boat for a Honda 454 Limited. It's a 4-cylinder. We would get on that bike and ride it with no shirt on, cut off jeans and t-shirts, or no t-shirt, with tennis shoes and sunglasses on, at about 120 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
You talk about somebody thinking they're bulletproof, nothing can happen to me, watch me run. We thought we were the coolest things in the world. And here I was, yep. I think I was probably 13 or 14 on this big ass motorcycle going 120 miles an hour. And if I knew then what I know now, like I said, I wouldn't even get on a bike now without boots and gloves and a helmet on. But
yeah, I mean, I'm with the shoes, I'm really careful with the shoes too. I make sure I wear like good sturdy shoes most of the time. There have been instances where I wear like sneakers, but I try not to really do that too often, or at least wear like high rise in case something goes bad. At least my foot will like stay together, Yep. But yeah, with the shoes, I'm kind of careful with that too. Even though on Halloween I rode in heels because my husband's friend had like a Halloween party, so we got dressed up, and it was supposed to be like a Western theme, so he dressed up as a cowboy and I was a saloon girl. And so I had these tall black boots with heels, and I rode this bike right here, and it was insane. I don't know how those girls on Instagram do it, because I was either sliding off the pegs or getting stuck on the pegs with like the heel and not being able to shift properly. It was insane.
They're on a trailer. It's all CGI.
It's insane.
I'll see those pictures of these chicks with the mini skirts on and 6-inch heels and shit, and I'm like, that's fake. She doesn't ride. No dealing.
I don't know. I mean, I always give people the benefit of the doubt, but having been through that now and experienced riding in heels, it's like, yeah, no thanks. And you know what? My husband was going so fast, or like what would be our normal speed, which was like 90, and I couldn't keep up because my feet kept slipping off of the pegs. I didn't have like a firm footing, so I couldn't keep up with my husband.
Safety first.
Yeah.
I always, yeah. So again, my best friend owns a gear company, Indy Ridge. So I get all the gloves and boots that I want for free. And
I am so jealous.
well, I've had, see, well, up until like last year, I was head of testing, and I would try to find people to send shit to test. And so that may come back up again, but I did that for him because he was, one of my good friends, and I wanted him to succeed. So I worked for his company for free because I love the dude, and so
Yeah.
I want him to succeed. If it ever opens back up, I've given so much shit to so many of my friends just to test it, and the only caveat is that you got to give a review on it, whether it's good or bad.
Oh,
He does not like sugar coated reviews. He wants to know what's wrong with his shit.
I love that. I
So
love that. You know, whenever like we buy anything on like Amazon or whatever, it's like we always look for the bad reviews because those are the most constructive reviews.
yeah,
And those are the ones that'll tell you what the fuck is wrong with the product. Because the good can go on forever, but I want to know what's wrong with it and is it worth it,
yeah.
you know? And then there's just hateful reviews, which I think is fucked up.
Petty. There's petty reviews.
Yeah, like if you're gonna write a bad review, at least do something to be helpful. What could be fixed on this?
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, this product sucks, it's a waste of my money. Okay, but what's wrong with it?
I've seen him. I mean, again, if something happens to the boots, he will send you another pair. No questions asked, because he wants people to be happy with his gear. If you write a shitty review, number one, if you're ever mean to anybody in the office, he cuts you off. Period. He'll just give you your money back and say, "I don't want you as a customer." And they're like, "Well, I'd like another pair of boots." Nope, here's your money. I never want to see you again. And he has a blacklist. He will blacklist people if they're mean to anybody in the office.
I
Because
love that.
it's again probably half the people that work in that shop are his family. It's his girlfriend, it's his best friend, it's his best friend's wife, it's a girl he met at a convention that was just doing textiles and stuff. They're designing a shirt now. They're trying to get a flannel shirt that's armored and stuff together. But the boots though, I wear the boots for everything. I wear them to work. I wear them on the bike. I wear them when I'm walking around at rides. I wear them to the mall. I wear them out to eat. I wear them everywhere because they're so comfortable. And I have trashed some boots. And so because I ride in everything, this eats Steve up. Steve's the owner of the company. When I ride in mud and when I ride in rain and stuff, I get home, wash them out in the bathtub, and I wash them. And I told Steve, hey, the liner on these is starting to run red ink. My wife thought somebody murdered somebody in the bathroom because there was red ink all over the floor. And he's like, "Oh my God, what did you do?" And I said, "I rinsed them out in the bathtub." He goes, "No, you're just supposed to wash them off with a cloth." And I said, "Well, I washed them out in the bathtub." He goes, "Well, how did it work?" And I said, "It worked fine." I said, "I oiled them back up, put them on the boot dryer, and now they're the softest boots I have."
I was just about to say that. Do you have a boot dryer?
I do have a boot dryer. I use it on my gloves. I use it on the helmet. And I use it on the boots. I need another one. I have destroyed this one, but it's still working. I got it off Amazon for $35 probably 5 years ago, and it's still
It's
cranking.
crazy. Most people don't even know about boot dryers. I didn't know about them until I saw my husband use it, and I was like, wow, this is so nice. And we have the dual one. It's a boot dryer and glove dryer. It has a little thing for the gloves in the front. It's so perfect.
In the winter, especially around here when it's 30
In
degrees,
the rainy,
awesome.
It's like fucking amazing.
I use it as a
Such
boot
an
heater in the
underrated
winter.
product.
Yeah, they're awesome. I love them.
Yeah.
Love them to death.
And it helps with breaking in street gloves.
So when I get the boots, I'll put Fielding's mink oil on them and put them on the boot dryer for 2 days. Let them get nice and hot. Let all the oil just sink into them, and they're waterproof. Now the boots are already waterproof, but they will last so much longer if you put oil on them about once every month or two.
Yeah,
Wipe
we
them
have
down,
sprays
rinse
to
them
make
off.
waterproof stuff even more waterproof.
I use mink oil, and it never lets me down.
Interesting. Okay.
Never lets me down. Not the like the spray on, like liquid. It's like a paste. and you smear it all over it. And I can put them out in the sun, or I can put it on a boot dryer, get them hot, soaks in, lasts forever.
Nice.
Anyway, we have kept everybody here really, really long. Any more questions for me?
No, no more questions.
I'm going to blame you because we lost signal that we ran so long. So it's all your fault.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Good thing you have accountability.
What's that? That's that A word. Thanks for coming on. I've had a lot of good fun. I am definitely, though, like I said, next time I go out, I do go visit Steve or also in Los Angeles. I will make it a point. Are you North Los Angeles? Los Angeles is, I did not realize how big Los Angeles was until I went there.
Well, Los Angeles is weird because there's Los Angeles City, and then there's just a bunch of cities that are considered Los Angeles, you know? It's just like a bunch of suburb cities next to Los Angeles City, which is also, when people say from LA, like 90% of the time they're not from LA City.
They're about LA County, yeah.
Yeah. LA County, Valley, you know, like when people think of LA girls, they think of Valley girls, and they don't even know it.
Well, my first exposure to LA was, I used to work for a sign company when I got out of the military the first time, and I flew into LA, rented a car, and I drove to Beaumont, California, and then to Palm Springs. And when I left LA proper, and there was mountains with windmills and cows on the side of them, I was like, this is LA? What the hell? And the next thing I know, I'm in a desert. And I'm driving through the desert, and I'm like, okay, I've kind of known this, LA had desert.
Just wait till you see Solvang. Solvang is like this Danish city, and it's insane. There's windmills everywhere. This whole city is so cute. And there's actually Danish people. The residents there are actually Danish, so you hear people speaking Danish or Dutch.
On the Deutschland. All right, we have drug people on long enough.
Sorry.
You hang around for a minute.
I told you, I talk a lot. I told you there will never be a silent moment with
Then
me.
make sure you're here every Friday. Make sure you're here. We're going to keep this going. This is awesome.
All right.
All right, everybody. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Look down below. I sell T-shirts, coffee mugs, all that stuff. That helps pay for the channel and all the cool stuff I have in the studio. So help me out. Buy some shit. So I will see you guys on the next one. You got any parting words there, Sheila?
Any party words?
Any parting words?
Oh, party.
You got some party words?
Tell the riders, just ride safe, stay safe, especially if you're in LA right now, it's rainy, ride safe, ride geared up for the weather, and that's it. Excellent.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Let's close out with lucky number 6 here. You can dance if you want to. Yeah. Appreciate everybody coming out, and we'll see you guys next Monday night. I have a video going out. I'm going to do a 3-hole oil change on the Street Glide. Come on in, even if you know how to do it. Come support me.